Day 3 of the challenge, why you don't need to be rich, high status, or good looking to get laid for day game. I'm going to give you exactly 3 formulas, and we're going to crunch the number like an Asian person, that is logical and good with math. And we're going to calculate why white people are fucked during this tariff inflation with cortisol if they don't get this handled. That's right. If they don't get this handled, it's game over. It doesn't matter if you're tall, white, and good looking. I don't mind the hair. Bad hair day today. All right. So the 20 out of 35 system will be the first algorithm. Number 2 is going to be the 5 mindsets. Number 3, it's going to be the grit. These 3 algorithms accounts for every single type of person to get results or not. There is no other formula. This is the first principles. And I'll show you how the inflation affects these different principles. So when we get started, okay, let me just see if I can copy and paste this. We're going to talk about, first of all, 20 out of 35. Hopefully this works. Oh yeah, it does show up. Excellent. Let's break down the math, okay? The mathematics don't lie. So if we break it down for 20 out of 35, no matter how much you optimize your looks, money, status, if you don't fix your emotional control, social skills, and social calibrations, you'll fall short. The math works in your favor unless you address these bottlenecks. To succeed in day game, we need a comprehensive scoring system that evaluates various attributes contributing to your overall success. Here's the points and how they are distributed, because it's important that you understand how it works. Looks is out of 10. Looks is not everything. People think it's all looks, but there's only so much that you can do with that. Money is out of 5. Status is 10 points. Status means your ethnicity and other things. Your social skills is 2.5 points. Your social calibrations is 2.5 points. Emotional control is 2.5 points. And game is 2.5 points. You get 20 out of 35 points, and you automatically will get laid. If you don't have that, then you're not going to get laid. But you also need emotional control. This is the only category that could be minus 2.5 points. I'll explain. So I know it's the weekends, but let's just focus here. If it's 20 out of 35, you get laid consistently. If you leveled up, you practice the drills, you get laid. This system ensures that you focus on improving the areas that matters the most, rather than wasting time on things that won't move the needle and get you laid consistently. So what's the next section besides 20 out of 35? Section number 2. It is the 5 mindsets for success. Beyond the physical and social attributes, mindsets play a huge role in your success. Here are the 5 mindsets, each scored out of 10 for a total of 50 points. Teachability, how coachable you are, is scored out of 10. And these days, because of the inflation and the tariff affecting your bottom line, is going to affect your teachability if you're root rotting and turning into a zombie. I have some students that don't remember their instructions today. A Gen Z guy. I told him what the instructions were last time, he forgot. Also, you have to be open to adapting and being teachable, embrace new concepts, take constructive feedback, and apply what you've learned without resistance. Even Marco, the Latino, he is supposed to finish his assignments more than 4 times. He gets a check mark every single time, but he doesn't show up more than 4 times, even today. Latino fuck behavior. So I'm going to keep talking, even if there's nobody here. Changeability is out of 10. Your ability to change old habits and adopt new behavior is crucial. This measure is how adaptable you are and how quickly you can pivot when something isn't working. Number 3, is skill development. Skill development follows the 4 stages of competence. Unconscious incompetence, you don't know what you don't know. For example, if people becomes delusional because of the 4 traits of low self-esteem, then it's gonna really affect their confidence in a way. Because when you become delusional, then you have delusions, half-assing it, the wrong path, the sociopath, and then you'll quit day 3. But that's the thing, like I said, number 4 is your believability index, which is very important. But when we're talking about skills, right? You don't know what you don't know. So I have to call it out, or you have to listen to it like it's your cousin or your homework assignment. So we always use the concept of Roger is the cousin. So one of the students' cousin is called Rogers. And for him, maybe people don't like this jacket, right? The jacket looks a little bit aggressive. I'll go with this jacket. It looks a little bit less aggressive. Okay. I think this one would be better. All right. So that's unconscious incompetence. What is conscious incompetence? You finally recognize your mistakes and what you're doing wrong, but you didn't know it until I start teaching you on elite access. That's why it's important to get feedback. Conscious incompetence means that you're aware of your mistakes. You recognize what you're doing wrong because of elite access, but you know what to do to fix it, but you're still making the same mistakes. That's what it is, conscious competence. Unconscious incompetence. 2 of my students are not showing up for the training, 2 recent students, a Latino guy and a white guy. Maybe they're busy during the weekends or something, and that's very understandable. Maybe they're busy, but these guys should be putting more effort into the training. They did not show up. That's not good because they have to be aware of their mistakes. I've been making them record a video where they call themselves out for all the students. They'll record a video where they'll say their name and their mistakes. They hear the mistakes. They hear the video once and they just discard it because they don't have memory. So what they do is they play the video over and over again 40 times when they start the training. They'll play the video 40 times, and then on the first attempt on their homework assignment to build a working memory, that is not good. So once they hear it 40 times, repetition is very important. A lot of times, memory is the missing link. Because if the London guy got laid because he has a good memory, then he was conscious incompetence. He knew exactly what he was doing wrong. Because of his photographic memory, he was able to fix it in real time. You recognize that you're doing what you're doing wrong, yet you know how to fix it. That's why the new course, Elite Tonality Mastery, is important. Somebody just got the upgrade to Elite Bundle Resurrections right now. So I was just gone for a little bit. And conscious competence means you can perform this skill correctly every time. If they were to do the opener, they'll be like, "Excuse me, real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it? I just noticed you have red hair and green eyes. Are you Irish by any chance? Hey, I know this is random, but I'm in a good mood today, and it's the weekends, and I just decided to come by and just talk to you." You have to have the skills to do it every time. You won't recognize your mistakes. I could do it over and over every single time. "Excuse me, real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it?" "Oh, I just noticed something about you." "What? You have a creative and artistic vibe. Are you an artist?" "Oh, no, engineer or some shit." Hey, I know this is very random. People don't talk to each other in Vancouver, and I just want to break the pattern. It's okay. I could do it every time, right? You have to be conscious competence. "Excuse me, real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it?" "Oh, I just noticed something about you." "What? You have yoga pants and you're going to the gym. Are you a spiritual yogi kind of person?" "Oh, no, yeah, gym." Hey, I know this is random, but It's the weekends, right? Might as well talk to people because people don't speak to each other. I want to be different. It's all made up. It's all improvised. But I could do it every time. That's the conscious competence. Excuse me real quick. And the speed everything is correct. Excuse me real quick. I have a question. I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it? Down the stairs over there. By the way, I just noticed something about you. What? I noticed that you dress very casually and you have a backpack. Are you a university student of UBC? Oh, no, I go to Simon Fraser University. Hey, I know this is random to be asking that, but I used to be a student of Capilano University, so I was curious about you. It's okay. Unconscious competence is a skill that becomes second nature, requiring no conscious thought. Progressing through these stages requires teachability and changeability. Some people lack these traits, which makes it impossible to raise their skill points. During this tariff era, many people have impaired working memory due to high cortisol levels. Without working memory, it's harder to develop skills. They can't retain or apply what you've learned. So, what's number four? If the third mindset was skills and it has these four components, then there has to be a number four. Number four is the believability index. Even if a student got laid many times through Tinder or a night game, they believe they can get laid. You need to have that belief. If you believe in yourself or don't, you are right, as they say. You need to believe in yourself that you can do it. You might think, oh, other people like John Student can do it, but you don't think you can. I disagree, but you need to believe it is possible. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because you didn't get your dick wet doesn't mean in the future you didn't get your dick wet from this training. If Latinos are unteachable cases and they come back after a couple years, get married, procreate, and still bang a woman on the side, if they can do it and they just focus on the problem and using my courses and my training, then you can do it. It's just not quitting, running away, and listening to all these stupid noise. Like, oh yeah, you got to sexualize DHV and set up numbers to the house. So as I'm saying, you have to believe it. Because how much you believe in yourself, in the system, and the confidence in your ability to succeed and trust the system are key drivers, even if it's 2025. This one's very important and affected. The manifestation index. So you're like, what do you mean by manifestation? No, I always believe that in our lives, I only got one prediction wrong, which is the Canadian elections. All the other predictions were correct. I have a 97% success rate in terms of making predictions. There is a spiritual highway up there. If you want to contact Jesus, evil people can use it, ghosts can use it. The universe creates this internet superhighway that reads your thoughts and feelings. If your thoughts are always hard case and you always overthink everything, then and also your feeling is always triggered because if you don't have emotional intelligence with alexithymia and you always triggered, the more chaos is manifested. We technically are not solid. I know this feels very solid, right? Everything feels solid. This watch feels solid. But if you break it down, the protons of this watch is made out of particles, atoms. They're not technically touching, none of these particles are touching each other. So they're not actually real. This is our reality. We just see things that reflect off of a light spectrum. They even found new colors. So the idea is that the universe up there is always going to give you what you are thinking and feeling. So if you are like one of my Latino students, Marco, who does next to nothing and he's completely bench holding, then okay, I don't know why you guys disappear. But what I'm trying to say is that if your life is fucked up for your dating life or you're not making a lot of money, your thoughts and feelings are off. Your thoughts and feelings are wrong. So like gravity, it comes and attacks you like a universal chef. The universal chef would be like, here's a burnt sandwich. You're like, I didn't order no burnt sandwich. You're like, I read your thoughts and feelings. You said burnt sandwich. Then you're like, oh shit, you did order a burnt sandwich. So that's why it's important to say yes, sir, in my coaching and not to think so much. I have a student who's getting pissed off. He didn't show up recently. I just kicked him out of the group. He didn't realize it's the weekends, they're busy. If you get frustrated over and over, every time you go frustrated, the universe, there's a signal, it goes out and brings that into your life like a comet hitting the earth. It brings chaos. So you want to make sure your thoughts and feelings, right? Because the unteachable cases, impossible cases, and hard cases have impacted thoughts and feelings. I don't know why people disappeared. Maybe because they don't want to take responsibility. That's a very sociopathic mindset. But I'm telling the truth. Look at all these students, 661 testimonials. Don't you think they're manifested to some degree? They're manifested. So it's not like it just happens. Who has this many for a Daygame? I don't care about the testimonials. I only care about Daygame. So, as I was saying, the measure of your alignment of thoughts, feelings, and actions, are you mentally and emotionally focused on achieving your goals? Or are you sabotaging yourself with negative thinking? So that's total of 50 points. If I were to score the students in 2025, most will have 0 or 1. Whenever a person's mindset is like 0, they're not teachable because of ADHD, or they're not changeable. It becomes a problem. Does that make sense? If they're not changeable and don't believe in themselves, they're gonna have low skills and their thoughts and feelings are gonna be wrong. Anyone that has a 0101 in that area, just like the 55-year-old student, will not get laid. You need to learn how to budget your money. That's why you can get the golden ticket. So your mindset directly influences your ability to succeed. Even with a strong physical and social attributes, a weak mindset can hold you back conversely. A strong mindset can compensate for deficiencies in other areas. Section 3 is grit, the foundation of resilience. Success in Daygame isn't just about attributes and mindsets. But what about the David Goggins factor? Grit stands for growth mindset, resilience, instincts, and tenacity, and is the glue that holds everything together. Number one, growth mindset, the belief you can improve through effort and learning. There are a lot of students that beats themselves up. They get frustrated recently. They don't have a growth mindset. This helps overcome setbacks and stay motivated, even when progress feels slow. So let's see where the other students are. I did not see you here today. I moved you out of the group. You did not follow my instructions on how to deal with trauma, right? You'll be updating your mindset playlist or you're going to get banned. You're slowing everyone down. He needs a growth mindset. I have another 50-year-old student who's bald. So there's two of them. I'm going to send him the instructions, okay? Let's see here. I want you to listen to this instructions on how to clear your trauma. There's quite a bit. Even the 55-year-old student who looks like you went through this. He banged that 10 out of 10. He had to go through this. Make it happen. You might fail a lot recently, but get used to it. It's fine. As long as you keep trying, you eventually sprout the seed. If he makes any excuses, if he's going to make excuses, then he's going to break down. Number two is resilience. If a student still has resilience, he's still in the fight, he will win. If he's not in the fight and he's busy or something and then he make excuses, like sociopathic excuses, and get triggered, you're fucked in 2025. Resilience, your ability to bounce back from rejection and failure ensures you don't give up after a bad interaction or homework assignment. Use it as a learning opportunity. You may be busy, right? But please do not make any excuses right now, right? Please do not shift the blame. Make it happen. If he makes excuses, he's banned. I don't have time for zombies. Just make it happen. Number three, instincts. The ability to follow instructions without trying to invent your own steps. Many students fail because they try to do things their way, which stems from low self-esteem, a lack of trust in the process or the system. Following my instincts ensure that you stay on the right path and avoid unnecessary mistakes. I bet this guy was about to write an excuse. He'll get banned. If you're listening and you're here, I'm glad you didn't make that mistake. So give it a thumbs up, help the algorithms. Number four is tenacity. Even though this student is struggling, imagine having two students, right? They're both 50 something years old. They're both bald, they're both white. One's in Germany, one's the United States. They almost look the same, to be honest. One got a 10 out of 10. Not even joking. I have the picture here. So This was the woman. He didn't say I can't share this one. So he's fine with it. He knows. That's why he sent the photo. Hopefully she's censored, at least her face. I just banned Marco. A lack of resilience. Marco used to be tough. Now he can barely do anything. He's a zombie. I have it here somewhere. Let me censor the face a little bit. Okay. I'll send to the inner circle group. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but hopefully I can. Yeah, here's the picture of the woman. I covered the face so you can't fully see it. But yeah, she's like a younger Megan Fox. This is 15 years ago, her picture. She's 40 now. So that's who he fucked. 55-year-old bald guy. He fucks this blonde chick that's German. So if he can do it, why can't you? But we'll talk about his mindset, tenacity. Marco, the Latino, no longer has tenacity. Tenacity means determination to keep going no matter what. And you go for the knockout. You have to finish what you started. Tenacity is what separates those that have resilience from those who actually can do it. If you're Latino and you do the opposite of everything I say, but if you had tenacity, you just need a bit of instincts to steer you as long as you have resilience. So what I'm finding recently is that if there was the one important thing about grit, there's only one trait that's most important. The growth mindset, resilience, or tenacity. Resilience seems to be the most important. If you stay in the fight, you will not lose. You can get knocked out every single time, and it feels like you're losing. But eventually, your skills, your neural pathways will sprout, and you don't know how it happens because the skills will show up eventually. It is going to suck in the beginning when you're training with me because you're not playing push pull game tactics, right? Who gives a fuck about push pulls or DHV stories or self amusement? Not some stupid college game, right? All these white guys with their optics, they do this 30-second number close. They go up to some girl, start making stupid jokes in wearing a backpack. And then in 45 seconds, they get a number close. What kind of stupid game is that? One guy from Toronto, Demo or whatever his name is, he's in jail for doing that shit. Direct game gets you in jail. Seriously. Tenacity is important, but you need instincts. Tenacity is the ultimate predictor of success. All these students that got laid in 2020 laid in testimonials, they were extremely gritty. Even if you had all the attributes and mindsets, without grit, right? If you don't have resilience, growth mindset is important, but if you don't have fucking resilience to get kicked in the nuts over and over, you're leveling up. And it's gonna really suck dick. Seriously. It's like for the 50-something-year-old student, it's like weightlifting. When I started weightlifting, I got zero muscles. You might not get muscles for a while, then they'll pop up. It's the same fucking thing. Without grit, you'll struggle to push through the challenges. So let's talk about the challenging environment from pandemic to tariff. The dating landscape has changed dramatically over the years. Pandemic era was 2020 and 2021. Money wasn't affected. It was just a virus going around. People were halfway, like, they're not really zombies, but they're like a quarter zombie, just a little bit, enough to connect to people. The inflation was 2023, 2024. 2022 was just the beginning. In 2023, 2024, people felt strangled. Survival value became a factor. Women had more cortisol and objections increased. Dating coach boot camps did not work. People were turning more zombie-like, but had some memory. Like halfway zombies, halfway human, like Marco. But let's talk about the tariff era, 2025. Now people are fully zombie. Women are overwhelmed with cortisol. Survival value is at an all-time high. People don't have much money, and memory is what memory? People are zombies. They don't remember at all. That's why when I talk to students, they don't remember. Let me delete this picture. I expect you to follow the instructions. I see you have not listened to the audio. When you have, I want you to wither down your trauma. I need the exact percentage. Listen to the audio 5 times. You won't get it the first time. If you refuse, you will have a week ban. Then your other classmate is going to be further ahead. If you still refuse to follow instructions and you want to be a bad student, then you're going to get like a longer one every single time until you learn. This is like my army. I'm nice now, but if you act like a hard case, blame yourself. We need to fix the zombiness. We'll see if your actions match your thumbs up. Let's continue. I have banned over 5 students in a row. That's how much zombies they are. So in this environment, you can see the emotional like is a key to success. Without emotional control, you appear incongruent, stressed, unattractive, and turning women off instantly. So why emotional control is the foundation? Emotional control is the most important factor in day game success. Without it, you're constantly sabotaging yourself. Women are already stressed and full of cortisol. If your tonality and facial expressions signal stress or nervousness, they'll shut you down. So emotional congruency helps you align your tonality, body language, and facial expressions, making you appear confident and attractive. So survival value. In today's zombie-like environment, women are hyper-focused on survival value. If you appear incongruent or stressed, they'll interpret you as a threat. This is why elite tonality mastery is critical. It teaches you to slow down your speech and eliminate awkward pauses. Develop a whitewash tonality that is calm, steady, and congruent. Mask your stress and project confidence even in high pressure situations. Without elite tonality mastery, you're stuck. There's no other way to fix this. Now let's talk about black pill. Cannot wait for black pill, huh? So let me post another one. I posted 3 of these in a row. So hopefully we'll have more people show up. I'm gonna continue preaching this no matter what. At least so far there are some viewers. There's at least 12 people that already showed up. If this is less than an hour, we're on the right direction. I only see one person here. Please ask questions if you have any. I'll answer any questions. Number 2, black pill, the looks, obsession, mindset. Let's talk about 20 out of 35 point system, okay? The foundation for success in day game. This system isn't just a random formula. There's a precise measurement that helps us understand what's working and what's missing, and why some people succeed while others fail. To have consistent results, you need to at least have 20 out of 35 points. Anything less, you're going to struggle. Let's address a common misconception, the black pill mindset. So, what's black pill? Black pill believes that it's all looks. They argue that if you're good looking, you automatically get laid. But let me break it down mathematically. So if you can see why your belief is flawed, imagine someone who's has plastic surgery to achieve a 9 out of 10 looks. Let's say you paid a lot of money and hypothetically, they made you 9 out of 10. Debunking black pill right now. I will ban you for a week. That's what I told him. All right. Maybe if I move my hands more, people will show up. To understand the system, it is a cumulative point system, right? Once you reach the threshold, you're eligible to get laid with women, right? That's correct. It's possible that women might have individual preferences and rate value higher than another. So a gold digger may value money. That is true. Okay, so in that case, for gold digger, if she's a sociopathic gold digger, right, then she might want more money. She's a narcissist, right? With mental illnesses, it depends, but universally, right? Not so much about specific cases, but yes, there are gold diggers that are sociopathic that may be totally into using people for money. My aunt, for example, tries to dig rich men. When my uncle died from liver sclerosis because he's an alcoholic, she tried to steal whatever like documents so that way she can have the will. When my cousin saw it, he kicked her out and says, "I never want to see you again," to his mother. That's a sociopath. So in that case, maybe the preferences can be different. But universally, there is not about individual preferences. The system is so like outside of mental illnesses. We're talking about neurotypical. That's a great question. It is actually universal. Latinos will always have a 5 out of 10 perceived natural status. For example, when I go to a mall, right? At certain malls, there are more teenage girls. So they never dated a guy before, most likely. But when you start dressing like this, wearing husband material stuff, they'll start to look at you. They don't know why, but they never dated a guy before. Somehow it's built into their subconscious brain. Sometimes when you see a short, fat guy with a hot girlfriend, he also has very good social skills. He has good confidence and he was friends with her. They hung out and she developed feelings. He might have a decent job. Some kind of system is not fixed because of the women. It's not like they all have a different individual 20 out of 35. They all have exactly the same 20 out of 35. These are just objections. Listen, if it's all black pill, right? If it's all black pill, then how does the London guy got laid? You saw him in the WhatsApp group, right? How did he get laid? So how do you explain this? Let's play his testimonial because I'm not playing any of them yet. I should. How does someone like this get laid? Why will you listen to black pill people? Because let me debunk. Has a black pill philosophy ever gotten another person laid? The answer is no. If they can't get other people laid with their advice, how good is the quality of their advice? Does that make sense? This guy's a short Indian guy, so that's your classmate in the WhatsApp group of this guy from London. If they can't get their fellow black pillars laid, how can they give advice if they don't know what works for other people? If it's not transferable, right? Tall, blonde, white dude had the job at Goldman Sachs. He could not. So what about Latinos with the John's fashion? Oh, that's perfect. Marco, I made a post later on about you, right? So keep listening. You're gonna be in the third section, I believe. I recalculated. So let's just hear me out first, okay? So imagine you're someone who has plastic surgery, you're 9 out of 10, okay? And let's say you are white, so you have 10 out of 10 perceived natural status. So the score is 10 out of 10, okay? Can you please just listen to what I have to say before you throw your misconceptions at me? I'm John Elite, the world's best day game coach. I've gotten people laid with no looks whatsoever. Even this German guy who's 55 years old and he's banging a 10 out of 10. So do you want to see it again, the lay pictures? So here's the lay pictures. Let me post it for you. Let me censor the woman's face and this guy's name. This is wasting my fucking time, but this is like stupid. All right, take a look in the group. Zoom it in. That's who he fucked. This is an earlier picture of her. Does that answer your question? No, look at the picture right here. Do you see it? I'll delete it right now. She's 40 now, but she's still good looking. But that's who he fucked. And you should see the other ones, 8.5 or 8 out of 10. This one's closer to 9 point something. Make sense? Doesn't that debunk black pill? The very fact that there's a 55-year-old German guy who's 5'7" who can beat any other dating coach in Germany, even tall, good-looking white guys, because he's trained under me. He's the ugliest looking motherfucker you've ever seen in your life. He's the ugliest student I have. But he gets the hottest women, even beyond the Italian guy. The Italian guy got 9 out of 10 and 8.5. This guy got fucking 10 out of 10. Right? It does debunk black pill. Yeah, now that you've seen it, that's good. So let's talk about why it debunks. Let's say, for example, the guy had plastic surgery, okay? This guy. He has 9 out of 10 looks. And let's say you're white, so you automatically have a 10 out of 10 perceived natural status, right? 19 points, am I right? 1-9. So that means you're almost 20 points, correct? But we have to take into account different factors. If you had zero social skills, and lots of these guys do, they don't know how to socialize. They're like zombies, right? They don't have 2.5 points, right? So you have zero. They can't hold a conversation, even if they have 0.5 points or zero. They can't connect and get her opening up. But let's say their body language, they're unconfident and they dress like shit. They have 0 points for the way they dress. And that's common. But let's just say their social calibration is 2.5, is not 2.5, it has zero. Shitty body language, right? Let's say they got zero, but even if we give them 0.5 points for both, that's 1 point. You still come across as creepy. The score with those 0.5 would be 20. Let's say their emotional control makes it 20 points, is minus 2.5 points now. So even if they have 20 points, they're 17.5. Get it? So you start with 19 points from your looks, subtract 2.5 for social, okay, no social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, right? But overall, when you calculate everything, it's 17.5 points roughly. So that's below the 20 out of 35. Does that make sense? He comes close. The only reason why his emotions are minus 2.5 is because of the tariff. Like I said, the pandemic, it was not that hard, does not affect your wallet. The inflation in 2023, 2024, it became harder. People were half zombies, half humans, right? And now in 2025, tariff and inflation, they're all zombie. You see them crashing out all the time. Then that means at this point in time, in this year, because of the minus 2.5 points of the emotions category is leaching away from their looks on the surgery. Does that make sense now? If it was before or during the pandemic, it wouldn't have affected them. Does that make sense, BC? They would still get close to 20. It'll be hard, but they'll still get laid. Now, it doesn't matter. because even if they're white, there's not enough points. So imagine a person like Latino, where it goes down to 5 points. If white is 10 out of 10 for status, what about the rest? It's not the social situation, it's the emotional control. Emotional control makes it work. That's why elite tonality mastery is so important to hide those weird facial expressions. So, what if I told you one of the students who just bought the course, what if he's a tall, good looking guy and he's asking me this question? What if he's like super good looking? That's all I'm saying. All right. Do you see the problem here? Even a 9 out of 10 looks and 10 out of 10 status, but if it's minus 2.5 emotions, it's not enough. It's still 17.5. Even if you add one more point, it's still 18.5 below the line. Some people think they can compensate for the lack of skills and emotional control by doubling down on looks or status, but you can't outcompensate for fundamental weaknesses. Women aren't just looking at physical appearance or social standings, they're evaluating how you make them feel. If you can't connect on an emotional level and use body language signals discomfort or incongruence, not being able to mask it, if your tonality is off, she's going to feel stressed. Women are dealing with a high cortisol levels due to survival value concerns, right? In today's world. So if you add that stress instead of reducing it, she'll shut you down immediately. So here's a case study, right? Like I was saying. The German guy, the role in the mindset and grit. The story is that the student is 50 years old. And he's a perfect example how mindsets and grit can make or break your success in Daygame, regardless of SMV looks, money, or status. His journey highlights the importance of adaptability, emotional control, and the ability to overcome challenges in different eras, from the pandemic to the inflation and now the tariff era. The German student results before the pandemic. So before the pandemic, he gotten older, like he's bald, older, and not conventionally attractive. The success came from his high mindsets and grit, which allowed him to maximize his fixed SMV and execute his day game effectively. Here's what he accomplished. He got a Ukrainian girlfriend in her late 40s. He got a 21-year-old, 8.5 out of 10 German woman. He got a 25-year-old Middle Eastern woman who looks like a Latina, 8 out of 10. And I wish I could show you the picture, but he doesn't want me to. She looks like a Latina. You're gonna freak out. It blew people's minds, but I can't share it. Another 21-year-old woman, 6.5 in looks, but a great body, like a 8 point something body. But you saw that 10 out of 10 Megan Fox looking blonde, right? That's a real picture. This picture was from 15 years ago. She's 40 years old right now. So most likely she was like 25 or something at that time. So his 20 out of 35 score was strong because of his high social skills, social calibrations, emotional control from Kaizen. His game is delay. His teachability became 10 out of 10. He trusted and followed my instructions and executed everything I taught him without question, which allowed him to achieve these impressive results. But it wasn't always that way because the pandemic, when it hit, right, everything changed. Looks, money, and status remained the same for this guy. But his mindsets, his grit fell, causing his 20 out of 35 score to collapse. His teachability, that was 10 out of 10, right? BC? For the German guy, dropped from 10 out of 10, right? For teachability to 0.5. Same body, right? Same big belly, same bald head. He stopped trusting my instructions and became resistant to feedback. He fought everything like a Latino. His changeability fell to 1 out of 10. He barely changed his approach or habits because he's delusional. And he just half-assed it. His skills, it was 1 out of 10 rather than at least a 6 or 7. Now it's like 1 out of 10. He barely practiced, didn't show up, and acted like a grumpy old man. Like my recent student right now, which needs to fix these issues. Believability index is still 5 out of 10, right? It's not bad. He still got a Ukrainian girlfriend before. But however, it wasn't enough to carry him forward. His thoughts and feelings during the pandemic when there was no vaccine yet. He was overwhelmed by cortisol and negative thoughts, which caused him to away mentally at that time. So for the grit, the growth mindset was not there. He rejected new ideas and refused to adapt. He turned into a zombie. Resilience, weak. His performance was lackluster. It was shit. And he didn't even care about improving. His instincts was poor. He stopped following my instructions. And he tried to do things his own way, which led to failure. And tenacity. He was completely gone. He lacked the determination to push through the challenges. This mental decline in mindsets and grit led to his downfall, despite his fixed SMV, because he can't change his body. He's old, he's in his 50s. Because his emotional control was negative 2.5, and he lacked the adaptability and resilience needed to thrive in the pandemic era. Inflation's not bad, right? I paid $42 for 2 tacos. Make it yourself, Marco. And you should be drinking HUEL. He's not replying to me for some reason, but he's drinking the same thing. And that costs like what, $60? But you can drink it every single morning, so you don't have to eat breakfast and lunch. So why blame inflation? I'm making money. I can't relate to you guys. Even last month I did well. This month is getting started. I can't relate because you didn't show up on your punch card. You always end at 4 times you show up and you bench hold and disappear, Marco. Latino fuck behavior. You always have to disappear. I told you, and you're like, oh, you're wrong, John. I'm going to show up more than 4 times. No, 4 exactly. But I'll talk about you soon. After being kicked out, he rejoined in 2022. His teachability was 10 out of 10. He's fully trusted my instructions now and followed it without question. I let him come back. If he can pull women home, then he can actually come back and use the Skypes. He joined Kaizen again. But I'm still promoting Elite Bundle Resurrections because he also joined Elite Access and he got a 10 out of 10. So, Marco, I'm going to share what he got last year. Understood. Thank you for giving it. But yeah, so changeability. It increased to 8 out of 10. He wasn't that changeable. He became more adaptable and willing to change his habits. For your classmate, a 55-year-old man, Marco, your classmate in the inner circle, I made him pinch his fucking nipples. Every fucking time he doesn't do it, he has to pinch it and says, I'm a fast learner. We knew it had to be done for Kaizen. He had to pinch it super hard and said, I'm a fast learner. And it hurts. It worked. At first, he hated my guts. After the program, he got 1 lay, but he was pissed off at me. But then when he got his 2nd lay, it became his best fucking friend. So I'm forgiven because it worked. His skills, right? Improved to like 6 or 7 out of 10. He practiced consistently. He didn't have any excuses. He was doing his job, teaching online. Every break, he was practicing drills. No fucking excuses. And he's pinching his nipples every time he fucks up. And then he goes back to doing his job. There's no excuses. Believability. It rose to 7 or 8 out of 10. He started believing in himself because he has the skills. Manifestation, thoughts and feelings, because he's yes, sir, instead of like excuses. Oh, my quesadillas, whatever. Hey, John, thanks for making these series. I want to show you something. I showed it to the other group. Did you guys see the picture? I know I shouldn't share it, but this is what the old man got. I'll show it one more time, just to open up your mindset. Here's the old man. Let me see if I can cover his face. I'll try to draw over it. The bald guy. Look, this ugly, bald, old fuck. Take a look, guys. That's what he fucked. That 10 out of 10. She's 40 now, but that was 25 years old. That old picture of her. Look in the group. Damien, look. Zoom in into her face. That's the old man, right? Look at that. It looks almost impossible, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the 55-year-old student. He does not even understand that he's day gaming because he can same day lay and stuff. He does not understand why it's hard because he's trained under me, John Elite. Now you want to train under me more, right? You'd be like, oh, John, please take my money. That was last year. Now you're like, oh, I want to join, but you had your chance before you were kicked out. Let me show this to Yo, Marco. This is your classmate, the 55-year-old German student. He banged a 10 out of 10. This is her when she was 25, but she still looks good now. She's still very fit. German blonde. Where are you guys when you should be doing more? When he's running circles around all of you, including the Italian student. This is like a 10 or something. I'll remove it later, but at least you guys can see it. So now that debunks Black Pill. It's ridiculous. It's like I'm the world's best day game coach. And you're not listening to me because of, oh, quesadilla, it's like expensive, right? Make your own quesadilla. I cook my own, I make my own tortillas. You know that, Marco? I know how to make tortillas. 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of salt, and I melt butter into water, 1 cup. I mix everything together in my bread making machine. Then I start rolling them into balls, letting them sit in there and growing a little bit. Then I use one of those things and I make a big, like, rolling pins, put it on the stainless steel stove, use a bit of butter, and I create some nice bubbles. And then I can create my own burritos and stuff. It's not hard. It's like a primitive food for a bunch of peasants. I just can't stop doing crime. The bigger the frown, the bigger the crime, Marco. This is what you have. That frown, right? Lack of emotional intelligence. But when you look at this guy, he's banging a 10 out of 10, right? You saw other student results before, but this guy just keeps shitting on all the other dating coaches' student results. Just shits all over them. A picture made me believe in myself. Congratulations. It's not supposed to make you believe in yourself. You should see that other women on students fuck. They're almost as attractive or the same level. No big deal. This is normal. Most of my students have fucked really attractive women. I'm the only dating coach where students get women above their looks level. Everybody else using game tactics don't. When they're using alcohol and romantic flirts, they just use alcohol in the boot camps. Celebrate after the boot camp. But that's a model? Oh, another model. You should see what other students have been fucking. Like, this is just the beginning. I could show you even crazier pictures with women with better bodies too that are blonde. If I show you right now, you fucking blow a fucking casket. Maybe I should. Let me see. Yeah, I could do that right now. Like, I have so many student lay pics. You have no idea. I'll just leave this a little bit so you can simmer a little bit, right? And stew in your own ideology. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Black pill, because they're lacking social skills and they have cortisol minus 2.5 emotions, so it affects them. But you still need to get over the line. That's why drills are important. That's why you have to pinch his nipples. That's why you didn't do the homework. But yeah, that debunks black pill a little bit. So manifestation, thoughts and feelings, eliminate negative thoughts and focus entirely on executing instructions. Growth mindset restored. He embraced every idea I taught him, implemented it immediately. Resilience through the roof. He could handle rejection and setback without losing focus. He followed my instincts entirely, saying yes, sir, to everything and executing without hesitation. My throat's hurt. I'll keep going. Tenacity, ruthlessness. He was determined to succeed, achieving 3 lays in 1 approach. Each time. Did you know that 3 lays in a row is in 1 approach? One's 8.5 German, 21 years old, shot 1 kill. This is ruthless. We need people like this who are not emotional, that are psychopaths, that can be ruthless when you train them. They'll pinch your nipples and they don't give a shit. So even rejoin again a second time. All right, my throat's rejoin a second time for elite access. Last year, part of the elite bundle. His transformation and mindset grit allowed him to achieve incredible results, including a 10 out of 10 Megan Fox looking blonde. That's why I wrote here. And now she is 40 now, but that was her picture at 25. But now that you've seen what she looks like, and of course, he might say, hey, John, I didn't say you could share it, but you didn't tell me I can't share it. So until you tell me, and he's not going to watch this video, but until you tell me I cannot share this, I can open some of the students' minds, right? For black pill. All right, let's continue. So his success wasn't due to a improvement in his 20 out of 35 score. His fixed SMV remained the same. Instead, it was his mindset. Actually, let's see if we can find more pictures of him. No, maybe I shouldn't do this. Let's just see if we can find, right? Here we go. We have some. Oh, yeah, we have a lot of pictures. I'm just going to briefly show you guys. Yeah, blow your minds. Let me see if I find more. This is like an unteachable case student. I sent this to him before. I'll make sure I have all of them. Hold on a second. Did I remove some? I don't have all of them for some reason. Let's see if I can find it. I'm taking a screenshot of this stuff. Wait, I even have hotter pictures. Here are some other women my students have gotten. These are just ones I could find. There's way more. That's 2024. You see it, Damien? You see it? Here's another student banging like a fucking 18-year-old. Okay, she's 18 years old. Sure, I can censor some information. This is a Latina, right? She looks almost Asian. Very pretty. I'll remove it soon. They get even hotter. This is just the beginning. Yeah, I can see a beautiful face. This one's very pretty. This is a Colombian chick. These are multiple students. I've not posted his testimonials yet. This guy's a 5'6" student. What do you think of her? Quite pretty for a Latina, right? This is not Asian. This is Latina. This is just the beginning. It gets even hotter. 1 second. It's hard to find all these pictures, but they're somewhere. I'll deal with it later. But yeah, you get the idea. There's even hotter women than this. So fuck Black Pill. His SMV remained the same, but his mindset and grit made a difference. So a 50-year-old something student, how his score adds up based on the attributes you provided, basically. Okay, so status 10 out of 10 being white, looks 3 out of 10, but with the fashion 6 out of 10, money 3 out of 5, social skills 1, social calibrations 2 out of 2.5, emotional control 1, game 2.5. So looks is 6, money is 3. That's social calibrations is 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Plus he's white, but plus game is 2.5 equals 25 out of 35 over the 20-point line. So that's the thing. Emotional control, social skills got him over the line. Even during inflation in 2024, people are facing more cortisol, but it didn't matter because in reality, yeah, let's hear some of his testimonials, okay? Because let's hear some of his testimonials. But yeah, my students usually bangs like really attractive women way above their looks level. I have this in Google Drive. I don't have time to put everything together. Kai Zen, when he first got a girlfriend, got hotter women after. Let's hear what he has to say.
This is my testimonial for the John Elite Kaizen 30-day training program. I'm a 50-year-old freelancer in Germany. I am in metric measurements 175, which is about 2 inches below the national average height. When
My height.
started taking back to the streets, I thought I was like a 6 in sexual market value. But the feedback I was getting told me I'm more like 3 or 4. That was sobering. I had gotten dumb lucky in my life before. But now at 50, dumb luck isn't going to do it anymore. I studied with a lot of coaches. I did 3 boot camps with one big company, which doesn't want to be named here, but we all know which one. Nothing actionable. And whatever I learned in other places was either completely useless or it was difficult to transfer to everyday action. John starts throwing me ideas about fashion, about social media, and getting looked at differently at work. And the next thing, about 2 or 3 days into preparation, I actually get my dick sucked at a party by a Dutch girl. But that was more a very casual thing, and I'll probably never see her again. Next, I meet a woman who, for the second time in my life, I think this is someone I would like to spend the rest of my life. Sincerely. So we meet on a Friday night, and she's all friend zoning me, like, oh no, let's just be friends. We'll just be friends, blah blah. I text John, and John tells me, do this and this. I think, I don't know, but okay. He's been right about fashion, he's been right about accessories. We talk a little more. John asks me, do you want this one as a potential life pump? I say, yes. John says, do this and this. By now I'm all, sir, yes, sir. If he tells me to put on the pink kangaroo costume, hop across the street and yell penis, I'll do it. So I do the things he says. Suddenly, the sex goes from good to incredible. I couldn't believe what happened. I've had some pretty good sex in my life, but that was, what the fuck? I thought this guy can get results. That's when I started training. I will not exaggerate, it's not Navy SEAL training, but it is a similar attitude. And John will yell at me when I do things wrong, which I personally find it refreshing. He'll push and push. At first, I didn't understand why does he make me do the same drill 50, 100, 200 times. Now I understand. I just went out shopping and women look at me differently because I have become a different person through the training. I have never seen any dating coach get such results so quickly. If you are thinking about training with them, do it. At the price, the bang for the buck ratio, in this case, literally bang for the buck, is steal. So, yeah, if you want to do it, please stop.
So that was when he was 50. Okay. What happens when he was 52? When he was 55, he banged that 10 out of 10 that you saw. Now here's a 52. He wasted 2 years with another white dating coach going direct. 0 from Daygame. What do you expect?
Start making out. One thing led to another. So this is my first week after the second round of Zen training, and it worked again. Yesterday, I ran into a Middle Eastern girl.
Yeah.
Wanted to keep it hush. When she came here, she put her arms around my shoulders and let me take her. And within 6 weeks, taking home and having sex with 2 girls who were less than half my age. Hello, this is another video date. I did it again. I fucked another 21-year-old yesterday.
Yeah, I have this lay pics. I can't post it here. If you want to see it, go to the Kaizen page, right? You want to see the lay pics and stuff. Not here. I'm promoting Elite Bundle Resurrections. He got Elite Access, and he still got a 10 out of 10. Never lost his believability index. I hope that makes sense that Black Pill is debunked. There's no such thing. It's just socially awkward people that don't have social skills and they're emotionally fucked minus 2.5. Just like right now during tariff. Fix the emotions, social skills, body language. That's all. Just get over 20 out of 35. So, yeah, people during the tariff era, people are facing greater challenges. High cortisol level, impaired working memory, increased stress have caused many people to become zombies, root rotting, mentally and emotionally. This affected their resilience, right? They've given up easily. They have no fucking memory. They can't bounce back. The grit, they lose their growth mindset, instincts, and tenacity, stuck in the fixed mindset. Negative thoughts and feelings takes over, preventing them from making progress. Even the German student, after getting a 10 out of 10 lay, fell into this trap. His ego went up, his self-esteem went down. Then he became delusional, repeating the same mistakes and he burned himself out. It happens all the time. So this is a common pattern in the tariff era where people's mindsets and grits are under constant attack. So the key takeaway is mindsets and grit are the game changers. How will you level up if your mindsets are shit, right? Like a zombie. So don't mind me, I'm gonna swear a lot. Today is one of those days. I'm not gonna filter what I'm saying. The case study shows that while your 20 out of 35 score looks money and status, social skills, social calibrations, emotional control and game, it is your mindsets and grit that truly determines your success. So skill set without mindset will lead to upset. Yes, exactly. So mindset is teachable, changeable, skill development, believability, and manifestation of progress. Grit, growth mindset, resilience, instincts, follow my instructions. Tenacity to go for the knockout and go for it if you want to get laid. Without these, even the most promising students will fail. Without them, even with the average fixed SMV can achieve extraordinary results. A 50-year-old something student, now 55, maybe 56. So, like I said, he's 10 out of 10 for being white. 3 out of 10 for looks, but with fashion, 6 out of 10. Money, 3 out of 5. Social skills, 1 point. Social calibrations, 2 points. Emotional control, 1 point. Game, 2.5 points. Overall, 25.5 out of 35. This score is well above 20 points. So that's why he got late. So we're going to debunk red pill next. Isn't that going to be fun? So when we're talking about it, we're going to be talking about an Asian student. In fact, I should play the other testimonial. I show you this guy fucking this really pretty 18-year-old, right? We have lots of examples of Asians and stuff. We can do that in the future video. But for this one, let's talk about red pill. I'm going to tell people next up, debunking red pill for any people that are red pilled. Join for this section. Red pill, here we go. The status and lifestyle mindset, the red pill clout calculations. Before the tariff, let's talk about it. Yeah, I cut my hair very last minute, so don't mind it. So let's calculate a score for white individual who leverage their perceived natural status, right? Which means their white is right. Additional clout maxing strategy. So let's say he's 10 out of 10 for being white, okay? So 10 points, perceived natural status. But for lifestyle points, he gets 1 more point. So he's 11, right? Make sense? Because he has a lifestyle on Instagram. And let's say he's traveling for third world money status advantage, right? He gets another point. He's showing his travel on the Instagram. And exotic advantage. Let's say he went to the fucking, I don't know, Philippines or some place where he's one ethnicity and they're all another one. Exotic advantage or Colombia. So let's not count his high status job. He's an engineer and cannot do a high status job like a club promoter or entrepreneur. So the student has 13 points by being white plus 3 extra points for status. Let's say his looks was only 6 out of 10 for this white guy. So let's see. Yeah, I saw it. Beautiful face. Okay, good. So as I'm saying, his looks is 6 out of 10. Let's say he's not that good looking, but he didn't dress that well. Average in looks, but decent aesthetics. 6 points plus 13 is 19 points. Does that make sense? You're like, whoa, John, he got 19 points, right? So you're wrong. John, listen very carefully. Let's say his social skills was 1 point, right? And now that's 19 points plus 1, right? Now he has 20 points. You get it? And you're like, John, you're wrong. But let's say his social calibration is 1 point. Now he's at 21 points. You're so wrong. He's over 20 points. But let's say his emotional control, because he has no game against these red pill, is minus 2.5 points. You're like, what? Is minus 2.5 points. His emotional control, he's stressed out and poor. And now 21 points or something, minus 2.5, right? How many points is that? 19.5. He's not over the line. He does not get laid. What do you mean? Like 5 points, like 0.5 makes a difference? Yes. It's that code. It's not because a woman is a gold digger, they all have different preferences. No, universally, if she's not a sociopath, they have the same subconscious programming. It's very important you have enough points overall. And BC over here does not have a lot of points. You're going to struggle. Same with Damien. Just because you lost weight doesn't automatically mean anything. You still need skills to get over that line. Plus, you're short. Even with a 10 out of 10 perceived natural status, those 3 extra points don't mean shit from clout maxing because it's leached away from the minus 2.5 points from the tariff in 2025. Emotional control is the bottleneck. Their negative emotional control doesn't just subtract points, it creates a ripple effect that determines their social skills and body language. Women pick up on stress and incongruency, which overrides perceived status or clout. So all this stupid Andrew Tate kind of shit, right? Where they get people falling for that bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's why they're a cult and they don't get people laid. And people gets angry at me because they worship this kind of stuff. Because they're also like black themselves. They're like, oh, he's half black and I'm black. Then I must trust him, just like they trust Justin Wayne. It's stupid. These red pill guys don't believe in game. They're anti-PUA. So without game and they're angry as shit, they can't actively create or sustain attraction. If they're pissed off like fresh and fit, they might be minus 3.5. Not just minus 2.5, they could be minus 3.5, making them pussy dryers. Status and clout might get them noticed, but they can't convert the attention into meaningful lays. Weak social skills and calibrations, their limited ability to connect, they're incongruent. Their body language makes their interactions feel awkward or forced, reducing their effectiveness. What they need to improve to break past the 20 out of 35 threshold, they need to address the following areas. They need to fix their emotional control. They need to enroll in elite tonality mastery to learn how to control their emotions, slow down their speech, and project a confident body language. They're bleeding value. And that's the thing, because that emotional control penalty alone will bring them to like less than, like they'll be 19.5 points, putting them, but if they have plus 2.5 points, then they'll be above the threshold. But without it, they won't. So you got to develop social calibrations, use Elite 30 to fix body language, improve tonality, and reduce cortisol so women can see it through your congruence. Raising social calibrations from 1 point to 2.5 would add another 1.5 point, which further solidifies their success. They need to learn game tactics, not just the elite playbook, but using elite access to learn arrow science. 2.5 points for a game, which would allow them to actively create attraction and handle objections, right? Maneuver, sexualize it to the maximum, and deal with the sexual objections looping it. So this example shows that even with natural status advantages and clout maxing, emotional control and social calibrations in game are critical for success. Without these, they're stuck with 19.5 points, just shy of the threshold. And this is a white guy. This is a white guy who's 6 out of 10. Their solution isn't to keep stacking clout. It's to focus on areas that matter, fix the bottleneck, dragging everyone down. Improve your body language and tonality to create comfort and reduce cortisol. Learn tactics to actively spark and sustain attraction with maneuver, sexualized objections looping. With these improvements, they can easily surpass the 20 out of 35. Women do not discriminate once you're above 20 out of 35 in skills. But if you don't have that, she's going to be like two opposing magnets. The closer you get, the further she repels. You'll be bench holding. The Chinese student who got 15 lays, do you remember? We talked about in the earlier challenge. 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses. He didn't use Instagram. He did all this through arrow science because he learned Daygame. His Tinder stuff doesn't count. Even if he used clout, he only used it for Instagram. but he didn't use it for a day game. This example highlights that even starting with a perceived disadvantage, being Asian, it's possible to succeed by focusing on balance and improving the areas that matter the most by reaching 20 out of 35. Don't forget, it's not a white guy with that perceived natural status. If you're a minority and not training under me, you're pretty much fucked. So this student achieved results: 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, and marry one of the actresses. So let's see what. Hopefully, I can find this thread. You want to see another student what he banged? Are you ready, Damien? Of course, I have lots of successful students. I only have a picture here, right? The screenshot. Other one, I cannot access it because I have to find it on the WhatsApp. What do you think? I have their pictures. Just gotta find it. It's here somewhere. You want to see it? Ready to take a look? There. You see it? I cover this one just in case. So these are both sisters. He fucked one of the sisters, but he fucked the other one. London. This is London. So what do you think? London don't have attractive women. This guy was about to end his life because he was so depressed he couldn't even get laid. And I got him laid. That saved his life. No. This is another London student. What do you think, Damien? Now that you've seen it. This is just the beginning. There's even hotter pics in this from other students. Is it super interesting? Or is it like, is that all you got to say? Are they attractive? Yes or no? This is better looking than other dating coaches' girlfriends. Unless you have super high taste. This is at least probably above a 9. This is better looking than tall, self-proclaimed, highly count guys' girlfriends, or even other lays from seeking arrangements. You're just saying is barely better looking than his. So if you were seeing her naked on your bed, you think she's just okay. So you're just saying that she's like above 7 or something like that. Are you saying even the older man has a hotter woman than this guy? So what are you saying? Because I can't read what you're saying. I'm impressed. You saw the other students too, right? But there's even more. This is just the beginning. But nobody knows what you're talking about. You're impressed by what? These look better than porn stars. These are real physical models. His girlfriend's actually a real model, like an actual professional model. So whoever this picture is, you might think this is what they do for a living. They model for big companies. I'm impressed that your students' results better than porn stars. Yes, okay, that's good. At least he knows that. That's a real model in London. They live there to act. They're real models, not just Instagram models. He has a girlfriend. He has no money. He could barely afford my coaching, but he invests anyways because I got him laid. He's a logical person, but very emotional. He was about to end his life, but he's still with us. That's how he ended the game with her. Sometimes they quit while they're ahead because they can't get any better. So if that's the quality of students, it gives you an idea that my students compare to other dating coach students. They don't even compare. They're not even on the same level. If averagely is this hot for the better students, and there's even more, then that means nobody has women as attractive as my students. Other people can censor their faces and show ugly, busted trash and call her a model. This is a real model. Like she gets paid as a living to be a model, and he's fucking her. And he fucked a sister because they both have blonde hair. He fucked both of them. So they have to keep it a secret, as you saw in the screenshot. It's just for you guys. It gets even hotter. This is just the beginning. So if it's this attractive, not even Justin Wayne can get women like this. If you compare them side by side, every single one of these are hotter. Not even Andrew Tate can get women like this. Come on now. They have some ugly fucking, like their women looks okay with a lot of makeup and stuff, but they're not that hot. My Pakistani mentor has even hotter women than these. He has 10 out of 10. He makes the other German women that is 10 out of 10 looks like a fucking 9 out. My Pakistani mentor, he has 3 girlfriends. They're all like way hotter than that. Andrew Tate will wish he had girlfriends like my Pakistani mentor. I've seen them. I can't share them, but it will even blow your mind, make all this look like shit. So, anyways, as I was saying, black pill. I mean, red pill. My student has 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, and marry one of the actresses. This Chinese guy demonstrated the power of the 20 out of 35 system in identifying and addressing weaknesses to achieve success in Daygame. So let's break down this guy's score, right? Remember that we talked about on day 2 or day 3, I can't remember, but looks is, let's say his looks was 7 out of 10 with the fashion upgraded. Before that, it was probably lower. His money was 3 out of 5. He's dressing husband material, whitewashed. So that's 7 plus 3, that's 10. And he's Asian. So he only got 1 point. So that's 11. Oh, social skills 1.5. That's 14.5 plus 2, 15, 16, 19. Emotional control, right? 20, 21, 22 points, right? For that Chinese guy, if he maxed out everything roughly with the game and other categories, more than 20 out of 35, even without status. And he got more than 20 points. 7 money, 3, status 1, social skills 1.5, social calibration is 2.5, emotional control 2.5, game 2.5. By maximizing those 7.5 points, right, plus all this stuff, that's 20 out of the 35. But yeah, something like that. So why he succeed balancing scoring? He didn't rely on just one area to carry him, like status or looks. Most Asian dating coaches can only do night game. Their students can only do night game for testimonials. Only night game. That's why they all quit around 2023. They listened to Queefing Canceled Casanova and all these other people with their red pill shit going to Latin countries, Latin shithole countries, because Asians have to go Latin fucking shithole countries. So the red pill thing is bullshit. Asians are maximizing with black pill mixed with red pill. Looks maxing with muscles plus swiping on Tinder in third world countries, whatever the fuck that means. Number two, he has consistent practice. Like I said, it's not short-term intensities, long-term. It's not short-term intensities, long-term consistency. His high emotional control and social calibrations are a direct result of practicing drills, refining his approach over time. Game mastery. He can fucking do same day lays, even one approach in Berlin. One fucking approach, one shot, one kill. First approach, same day lay a blonde girl. His ability to execute game tactics effectively ensured that he could convert interactions into results. So that kind of debunks the whole fucking red pill. And I have his testimonial here. I cut them all and put them all into this one. Let's listen to it quickly. So I'm playing a little bit faster, but you can hear him. So you can see why he has a lot of syllables close together. He had to learn how to slow that down. Okay, so over here is the first model. You can see it, her Instagram, but he banged like a tall one. I don't know how much is 180 like centimeters or whatever, but I think that's 6 foot tall, maybe 5'11", 6 foot. So it's squeaky. It's hard to hear his voice. Let me see if I can do it better. That's how he talks, believe it or not. Tell me if you can hear it now. I'll go a little bit further. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Despite his accent and his syllables, you can see I teach a lot of students with a lot of these issues with their tonality. This is his first lay. That's why he sounded like this. He'll get better. Let me hear how it sounded on the other one. If I can hear it, then let's hear it. Oh yeah, it does sound like it's cutting out. Shit, it's cutting out. Yeah. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. Okay, I can tell you what he's saying then. How's that? I think the best thing we can do is for me to tell you. I'll hear it and tell you what he says. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe because I made his voice lower to mask his voice. I'll go further. So he said he recently lay with a model. She's 180 centimeters tall. He says he was 175. He met her in the food court. He tried to schedule a date and she was hesitating. That's what he's saying. They went to a movie and then she gave him a hand job in the theater. He was touching her pussy and it was wet. He forgot to bring his key. That's what he says. And he could not get back to his place. He tried to do it in a toilet and also a staircase. He was fingering her. So they went to her place instead. And there were a couple models living with her when she was visiting his country. She kicked all her friends out of the room so she can have sex with him. So he's saying he joined a week ago and he managed to get LA. He done it only on the 6th approach and everything scientific, but he used to use RSD boot camp. He's saying everyone's spam approaching in the boot camp. Every 30 seconds or 1 minute, they all been rejected. John Elite's better than RSD. RSD's mass approaching zombies, right? Here's a second one. Hopefully he's clear. He followed my social skills flow drill. He did not sexualize it. He's saying sexualizing doesn't work. He's saying that tall self-proclaimed highly account guy students or other people, they sexualize it. He's saying it's better to flirt instead of sexualizing. Because he was sexualizing, she left and then she flaked on him. I told him what to text her to get another date. So I say, copy my text. If you text all this stuff, she'll come out. So she wants to meet him at his hotel. He's talking about how it would be great if they have Asian babies, half Russian, half Asian. You can see her picture over here, right? That's the Russian chick. Censored enough to post on YouTube. It's his first white girl he ever fucked. Best sex ever. She was so tight. He always wanted a Russian woman. He's got Spanish girls before because he was a passport bro. Passport bro for Tinder. He had another model, some Asian. He was outside the club, not inside, so it's not night game. And he pulled her home in 1 minute. And he had sex with her 1 minute. Even though like he argued with me, right? I'd say it's possible. Fuck mystery method. He's like, no, mystery says you need 10 hours of FaceTime before you can have sex and seduce her. I was like, no, you can fuck her in 1 minute. And he did it. Never listen to white guys. I don't even know what he's saying. The way he speaks full of cortisol. You can hear it, right? He needed elite tonality mastery, but it was better than the first time. He'll speak better every time. Okay, here's another lay in Berlin, one approach. He got laid with a hot white blonde Hungarian girl. He came to Germany to meet a girl. Yeah, after they went, like they met at a certain location, right? He flew somewhere for that's where he got a lot of lays. She came over to his place in Asia because this part of layover, right? She's going back home to Germany. So you mean the traumas, right? I hope you understand the homework assignment is not just the mindset playlist, but your list of traumas, right? And how you're supposed to clear it. Did you do that or did you do something else? Hopefully he does the right homework assignment. Hopefully. He flew to Germany to meet this 19-year-old girl. Basically, he was so impatient. He did the Tinder stuff before. He said if he doesn't have sex on the first date, he loses interest. He said that to a 19-year-old girl and freak her out emotionally. If he just played the long game, he would have fucked her. I told him to go Berlin because what I said was Berlin's the easiest place in the world, right next to Thailand. So why don't you just fly over to Berlin since you're still in Germany? Don't go back home. He said, okay. I said, you'll get laid there. So he started gaming this woman, but she turned out also, she's also his roommate. She's like a hot blonde. She's Hungarian. They got some food together. It was Halloween soon, so they got costumes. If that's the case, then how come you did not listen to the 3 minutes and 12 seconds audio of the steps? If you listen to this audio, I can see it turn blue, right? You're skipping a lot of steps, turning like a zombie. That's not good. Things are starting to break down. You must reverse this right away. No matter how hard things feel, push through it. Pretend you're in the Navy SEALs and this is the first hell week. Okay. If you can survive this, you're going to come out on the other side transformed, right? Expect to have a lot of setbacks. Never get frustrated. Just get back up, put that log over your shoulders and keep lifting it. Don't forget the other 55-year-old German guy. He also went through all of this stuff. He had to pinch his own nipples whenever he fucked up. And it's funny because both of you actually look very similar. You're just in a different country. Let's continue. So he booked a 4-star hotel afterwards because where they were staying, right, it was some kind of dormitory or something. It's like a place that where it doesn't have a lot of privacy. So he spent the night with her, gave her 5 orgasms, and became his fuck buddy. So he got a white fuck buddy. Okay, I think I repeated a little bit of this video. Let's just skip it then. Yeah, I didn't edit properly. So here's the last one. Talk about his 15 lays. Now there's testimonial for Berlin. This one, he's going to talk about how he's going to propose to his girlfriend. Well, let's see what he has to say. You can hear this one a little bit, hopefully. Coach with me for 6 months. He lays 15 girls through Daygame. 5 of them were models. Even if you can't hear it, I'm translating real video testimonial. Do you see that? It's real. Do you want me to send it to you? Or how much proof do you need? Do you want me to send you this one too? No, why do I have to validate myself to somebody that doesn't have any money to pay me? There's no time. If this doesn't work, too bad. You got a blonde Hungarian, one Russian. 5 minutes approaching, another model, he pulled back home. Now he said he has 2 actresses. One became his girlfriend. He's about to marry her. He's settling down. He has 150 lays, but most of them are Tinder outside the 15 lays over here. He says it's time to settle down. He wants to start a family. Now he's a father and he has a daughter. I taught him the arrow theory, but it's called the arrow science. Social calibrations. He taught me fashion. I can't hear what he's saying. His accent is really bad. He said he even when training with me got distracted. He tried to use RSD things. He learned from a tall self-proclaimed coach course. Did a RSD boot camp. He got 0 results. He's 5'8". You think white dating coach shit's gonna work for someone like him? Come on now. He learned from some course called Occam something, whatever it is, from some white coach. He got 0 results. He's talking about pickup. He says he really implements hard and it did not work. He's apologizing for getting distracted. He tried other stuff first, it failed. Then he did it my way and he got laid. So his changeability is high. It's only part of 3 months of proficiency. Don't think text game is going to help you if you can't even get the rest of the 7.5 points. If you get the 7.5 points, you don't get flakes. I don't even remember if my students get flakes when they leveled up their skills. Every lay is 1 to 6 approaches. He says he tried to implement whatever they're teaching. It doesn't work. He tried to sexualize it. It was one blowout after blowout, as he says. John Elite system works. UMP system does not work. He's talking about my system. The 50-year-old German guy. Yeah, he fucking got laid with 3 women in their 20s. He said he was very skeptical. He tried it. He's able to pull girls within 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes within the first approach. Hungarian girl in Berlin. Russian girl. He says the more he used my system, the more he realized it works. Trust the process. John knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing. Trust in the process. Trust him as a coach. You'll get the results that you want, and then peace. That's what he says. So it's real. So I'm just going through this. It sucks that you can't hear it. It's not like I can just change the microphone in mid-sentence, but that's what it says. In the future, I can post this video testimonial, but it's real. So there's no reason to be skeptical because this microphone's not working. This is like an inner circle member. Anyways, that debunks red pill. So yes or no, did you listen to the audio? That it did not show up. You did not answer my question. I really don't know. It's possible that you went through it. I'll show you, okay? So normally, right? For other students, right? Usually this would turn blue when you go through it, but I don't know why it's not working. It could be a glitch. But you should have a good idea of what to do, right? Because you have a lot of mental trauma, you have to wither it down. This is the other video I'm talking about to help you wither it down. Just go through it a few minutes. Let me pause this for a second. I don't want to give away everything. I was just teaching some stuff. Let's continue. I'm attacking purple pill next. Anyone who wants to think it's all money, right? You better join right now. All right, let's begin. What was the question? Never mind. Purple pill, the money obsessed mindset. What gives the purple pill mindset is rooted in the belief that if you have enough money, like 100 million or something, or that's the ultimate solution to success with women. People stuck in this mindset thinks that earning more money or flaunting wealth, women will automatically be attracted to them. But here's the truth. Money alone doesn't do shit, especially for day game. Women aren't going to jump on your dick just because you're rich. Let's break this down mathematically. Imagine someone fully committed to the money pill mindset. They prioritize making money but neglected other areas of personal development. And here's their score that it might look like 6 out of 10 for looks. Okay. So they're average in looks, and until they dress decently, they have made a significant effort to optimize their aesthetics. The score is 6 points. Money is 4 out of 5. They worked hard to earn the money and presents themselves as financially successful. This gives them 4 points for money. So that's 10 points, 6 plus 4. Their status is 10. So they're 16. No, 10 plus 6, right? 6 for looks and 10 for being white, 16. So that's 10%. Other ethnicities would be lower. White is right. And for example, their social skills is 0 points because they're just full of money and Asperger's. Their body language is 0. They hunch like a beta male. Emotional control is minus 2.5. And even if their game rate was 0, it's probably like 13.5. So that's not good enough. Purple pill fails. These CEO entrepreneur guys are rich, but have a receding bald hair and look like shit. Women laugh at them, but they're rich and have a Lamborghini or something, but women just don't give a fuck. That's a purple pill mindset. It's just not enough points. Money is a passive attractor. Money might make women notice you, but it doesn't create attraction. Women don't care about how much money you have if you can't make them feel something. Without social skills, social calibrations, emotional control and game, money alone don't convert attention into results. Women cares about perceived wealth, but not actual wealth. Many of my students don't have much money, but they dress like they do. By adopting the husband material whitewash fashion, they create the perception of financial stability without needing to actually be rich. This shows that perceptions matters more than reality when it comes to money in day game. No skills, no results. The purple pill mindset ignores the importance of active skills like social skills, calibrations, emotional control, and game. Without these, interactions feel shallow and women quickly lose interest. Emotional control is a bottleneck. Negative emotions controls doesn't just subtract points, it creates a ripple effect that undermines everything else. Women sense nervousness, incongruency, or arrogance, which kills attractions immediately. Day game is about connection, not transaction. Unlike night game or Tinder, where superficial attributes like money might play a bigger role, day game is all about connection and skills. If you can't connect emotionally or lead interactions effectively, money won't help you. So the key takeaway is that skills over money. Purple pill mindset is fundamentally flawed because it overestimates the importance of money and underestimates the power of skills. Even if someone maxes out their money score, they still need to develop the following to succeed in day game. Social skills, learn how to engage women, build rapport, and create emotional spikes with the social skills flow drill. This is where Elite 30 comes in, teaching you how to have meaningful connections. Social calibrations, fix your body language and overall presence. These nonverbal cues are critical for reducing cortisol and making women feel comfortable around you. Emotional control. Without emotional control, high enough money and status won't save you. Programs like Elite Tonality Mastery teaches you to stay calm, confident, and congruent in all your interactions. Game. You develop the tactics of maneuver, sexualized objections looping. Nothing else matters. The Elite Playbook provides a bit of the game in how to handle dates. Many don't have much money, but they still achieve incredible results because they focus on perception and skills. So by dressing like husband material and mastering social skills flow drill, this 45-degree body language, they can hold it and game and overcome their financial limitations because of their whitewash fashion and their husband material fashion. A student with low money but strong emotional control in game can outperform someone with high money and no skills. Perceived wealth through fashion and grooming is often enough to create an attraction, especially when combined with strong calibrations and emotional control. So let's hypothetically talk about a Latino student. Let's talk about Latinos. I had a Latino student asking, hey, when are you going to talk about me? So let's see, where's Marco? Right now, I'm talking about Latinos if you want to listen in. I'll just wait for him. Are you home right now? I don't see you online. You know how to use it, right? Roughly. Just get closer to the screen. Let's continue. Marco's not here, but the Latino student score. Let's calculate the score for Latino students. Hopefully, you can hear the testimonials. Tell me if you can hear his testimonials. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. So I'm play one of his testimonials. So we can show you that somebody with no money, right? He was complaining about quesadillas or whatever you call it, quesadillas. Yeah, that's how you say it, because I eat Mexican food all the time. So where is he? His third leg. Wait, yeah, this one. Can you hear it?
Again, with another testimonial of a recently
He has two lays for 2024. I only posted one.
last week
Maybe when it lowered the voice, you cannot hear it, but we'll play it faster.
meeting her friends and that he approached her
Do you see the long pauses of the tonality issues? Because his corpus callosum is weak.
for a little bit and have an instant hangout, not a date, hangout. Instant hangout, got her number, and eventually met up with her, like on a date.
I want to see if I can make it go faster.
This hits me.
Oh shit. I can't play like
Another
I cannot play at faster speed.
instant hangout, got her number, eventually I met up with her on a date, and
Good.
this spot is perfect. I had to pay for
To lay pick, it'll be fine for you too.
studio next to the street. You can see the street right there. And you only just walk, 5 seconds. And there's the advantage that I have to
I wish I could play at double speed. I just can't move it forward. There's no option to. I don't know what happened.
pay for close the tourist area. And 2024, I know it's been hard for some of the players.
That's 2024. That was when Marco was half human, half zombie. Now he's total zombie. He can't even do his homework. So I was showing him like a punch card. He has to do it 4 times. He can never pass the Latino behavior.
Can do it with Mr. John. He's the only one that can help you. For Daygame. Daygame is the best. Also, you cannot see really well, but he actually got me in shape. Distant Daygame late. 23. I met this girl.
2023. Okay, we'll go back in time. Last year, he has a white fuck buddy and a Latina girlfriend. That was Marco, half zombie, half human.
White American girl. And we went on a date. I ended up ordering on the card. I couldn't close it. And John got really pissed off at me. He kicked me out of the late access. But showed me how to get it done with the training. The objections feeling sexualizing. I went to the training again. Pulled the white girl up to my car and closed. It works with his new.
So yeah, that's the thing. 2023, I introduced the aeroscience, but the Chinese guy already learned it beforehand. Does that make sense? So I always introduce technology first to some of the students, and then I release it to the rest of the students. So the Chinese student learned it before he did. Isn't that weird? Just like you guys are learning elite tonality mastery right now, but all the other students learn it beforehand. Does that make sense? I roll it out slowly. That way, nobody knows everything. And now you guys would know around like 30% of my system. So eventually you'll learn more. So that's how I keep my competitive advantage. If nobody knows everything and I introduce it slowly and they still get laid with the other stuff, then I can maintain indefinitely as long as I don't age much. I can dominate the whole day game industry. I need more students this year, good students, not zombies. Marco became a zombie. I need an army, guys. Army, not bench holding, root rotting. Aeroscience.
2023 by John is a new thing.
It's not new.
Now, he helped me a lot with dealing with objections and all that.
Let's go next.
Jawline.
Another lay. Okay, this one's censored, so you can see the bedroom stuff, right? It's all censored, so it's fine. Perfect for YouTube.
Information on circle, like the video called hybrid opener. The hybrid opener helped me a lot because that's how I met fuck buddy.
He had 2 fuck buddies, and she became his girlfriend, but then he crashed her car and they broke up. Hybrid opener. This is 2022. Marco gets laid every single year. But this year, if the tariff and stuff like that is fucking him up, and even like when you look at ICE and stuff, they're attacking the Latinos, right? Or they're throwing them over the borders. Not that Marco's like that, but I'm just saying it affects the mindset of the Latinos being called a bunch of fucking terrorists. You see how the system changed in 2022? All the old openers are thrown out. Adaptive openers, indirect, neutral openers, creative and artistic shit, all fucking thrown in the garbage. They all use the hybrid opener because of the inflation or the pandemic. You have to deal with the objections. Statements of empathy, calling out elephant in the room.
Talk about that.
Okay, next one.
Yes,
Here's some of the other women. This is one of his girlfriends. He had 2 girlfriends at the same time, actually. Can't see this one too well, but there's another girlfriend here. You can see it when it's moving. This is 2021. Marco's changed. He's turned into a cortisol zombie. He's been now to date and banned for a month because he didn't do shit. I kicked out another Indian student. When the London guy got laid, I kicked out the one from the United States who kept getting laid. This year he won't.
for some time now. 4 two girlfriends at the same time as my main girlfriend. One white girl, one Mexican American, and two Latino able to help me out before COVID and after COVID. It's not easy to adapt, but John can help. For John, it's not impossible. He knows what to do, what you need, and how to help you out.
Let's see, is there any previous testimonials? You get the point, right? That's Marco, right? Many like two girlfriends at the same time, one Ukrainian fuck buddy, or just two lays. But Ben showed it this year. He completely lost his mind. He turned loco, right? All right, let's continue. So let's calculate the score for Latino students based on example, right? Most Latinos are poor in debt, broke. They're always in five-figure debt, all of them, or they're broke. Broke means $0, paycheck to paycheck. Their ethnicities score lower to 5 because of Donald Trump. It used to be 7 out of 10, but Donald Trump lowered their score twice because he's president twice, and Donald Trump is going to be a third-term president. I have got the wrong psychic prediction when I said the conservative was going to win, but all the other predictions was right. Here's my next prediction, okay? I'm saying here. I think Donald Trump is going to find some voting irregularities for the first election that he lost. He's going to use it in the courts to try to change something and have a referendum if he can have a third term because they stole one from him. He's going to find proof. People thought he was crazy, a sore loser. It turns out he was right before Biden won. That's my psychic prediction. He's going to have a third term. It's not going to be through JD Vance. JD Vance is also going to win in the future. He's going to be president too. So that's my psychic prediction. Anyways, let's continue. So, like I said, 97% accurate. So, status, if you're Latino, you're 5 out of 10. Looks are 7 out of 10, right? You can get better fashion. All Latinos are decent looking. They're all 7, but they never go beyond 7. And money, let's say he dressed like that. That's how he got all his lays, the same as other students. 3 out of 10, 3 out of 5. Social skills, 1. He sucks, right? Social calibrations, 2. Emotional control, 2. Before the inflation, obviously. Before he started becoming a zombie, he was like 2. That's why he get 2 girlfriends. Game was 2.5 if he was able to use the arrow science. So 7 plus 5 status. Okay, that's 3 money. That's 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.5. Get it? So he's above the threshold. However, their status disadvantages requires them to complete or compensate by excelling in looks, emotional control, and game tactics. So the impact of emotional control. Let's examine what happened if the Latino students' emotional control drops due to stress, cortisol, or the inability to adapt during inflation or the tariff era. If their emotional control drops to 0 or minus 2.5, it affects their score. If their emotional control is minus 2.5 instead of 2, that 21.5 minus 2.5, it's going to be like, right? So 18.5, right? It's below the line. Even when emotional control is negative, it doesn't just subtract points, it also impacts the social skills, right? Because they cannot think properly. They don't remember the social skills flow drill. The social calibration is 45-degree body language, and it'll drop to 0 points for social skills. Social calibrations, instead of 2 points, it'll be 1. When we lower those scores, it's going to be lower than 18.5, or I mean, something like that. It's going to be like 70. It's going to be somewhere like that, right? Estimation, I forgot, but okay, status is going to be 5, looks like 7, money 3, social skills 1. So 7, 15, 16, 17, 8 minus 2.5 will be roughly 16.5. Latino students fall below the threshold of 20 points, making it much harder for them to succeed. This demonstrates how critical emotional control is, not just for a standalone factor, but because it influences other areas like social skills and social calibrations. So ethnicity and their status, why even is harder for some groups. Let's talk about status based on ethnicity. So if white men start with 10 out of 10, right? That's what we used as an example. What happens if they're not white? Asians are like 1 out of 10. Indians are 2 out of 10. Whitewash Indians are 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10 are Latinos. And black men are 8 out of 10. We're not talking about the Negro types with afros. We're talking about the confident whitewashed black people. So emotional spikes means bring her emotions to high point and then repeat it down again to low point, then rinse. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's some stupid push pull shit or some kind of like attraction spiking mental bullshit. My students don't do that. So Latinos are like whitewash Indians are 4 out of 10, Latinos are 5 out of 10, and black men that are confident are 8 out of 10. Even if you're a confident whitewashed black man, the math still doesn't work without emotional control. If you're not white and you're a minority, if you don't have elite bundle resurrection, guys, I'm not trying to manipulate you here. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. No wonder other dating coaches, you don't see a lot of lay testimonials unless they bang some ugly Filipina or something like that, some white guy. Right? Outside of that, you don't see it very often because that's bullshit. It's not enough points. The emotional bottleneck is why you can't ignore it. The real bottleneck is emotional control. This is the only category where 20 out of 35 system that can go negative for the emotions. If your emotional control is at minus 2.5 points, you're at a disadvantage. Even if you max out your looks or money or status, you're still going to fall short. Elite tonality mastery is part of the elite bundle resurrections, and it is the solution to this problem. It helps you from going minus 2.5 to plus 2.5, giving you a 5 point swing and putting you above the 20 out of 35 threshold. Or it can give you 7.5 if you got social skills flow drill and social calibrations. So let's debunk the PUA pill mindset. Let's go after the pickup artists, the other dating coaches, platform scammers. The PUA pill mindset is a belief that game alone is enough to succeed with women. You just need more game. Pickup artists who follow this mindset thinks, oh, if they can learn enough lines and routines and DHV stories and self-amusement and push pulls, right? And they could spike her emotions, whatever the fuck that means, by your social calibrations. If you can keep your 2.5 points for your 45-degree body language, she gets wet and attracted. So you get seduction and attraction without needing to spike emotions while you're hunching. So that way you can use push pulls and romantic flirt, which you only pull women back home to use alcohol to escalate hard in the bedroom, which is not something I recommend. That doesn't work. Because if you can keep the body language and the attraction will keep spiking upwards. You don't need to spike it. So routines and tactics, fuck that. You don't need to focus on looks, money, or status mixed with game, right? Or some emotional vibing shit, whatever the fuck that means. This might seem logical, but game is an active skill that can spark attraction. The PUA pill is deeply flawed because game alone is not enough, especially in 2025. Where were their late testimonials even last year during the inflation with a higher interest rate? It's not there. I got 56 last year. So where they have nothing but optics. They stand next to women that they hire from some fucking Craigslist or some modeling shit. And that's supposed to be proof. They stand next to women. That's all they do. They just play emotional control. Let's break this down for the math. The PUA pill, right? Here's the calculation zombies, sociopathic PUAs, sheeps, zombies. Even if their looks were 8 out of 10, right? He's a good looking white pickup artist. Average height, no major flaws, great face, looks like Chad, 8 points. His money is 0 out of 5 because he dressed like a fuckboy, which is a shitty fashion, dressed like a poor scrub. No, it's financial stability. He's always broke. So that's 8 points plus 0. And status is 10 out of 10. Now they're 18 points. Okay, but their social skills is nothing because they're zombies. They don't even know how to do the social skills flow drill. They make statements, get a short answer, ask a question, short answer, another statement, short answer, question, short answer. I have a boyfriend. She goes away. His social skills are non-existent because he's a zombie. His brain cannot work in multiple steps. The corpus callosum in the middle, the left and right brain don't connect. So he can't do it. It's like a Pentium or a dual core processor. So far, 18 points. One for social calibrations. His body language is not perfect. He's squaring off. He's 19 points. Emotional control is minus 2.5. That's 15.5 points. Even if he has 1 point for a game, it'll be 16.5 points. It's not enough points. Why does PUA pill fail, even with a decent starting point of looks and you're 10 for white? The PUA pill followers still fall below the 20-point threshold, ending with 16.5 points. Here's why it fails. Game alone is not enough. Game is only worth 2.5 points in the 20 out of the 35 system. Even if you max out your game score, it won't compensate for weakness in other areas like emotional control and social skills and social calibrations. There's no emotional control either. Emotional control is the foundation. Without it, you're a zombie. You're not masking your tariffs and your inflation sort of facial expressions. Women can pick up on the nervousness, incongruency, and the zombie flow drill is just no points. And your social calibration is shit. You're squaring off. Optics don't equal results. Many PUA coaches rely on optics, standing next to women, they're taking photos and creating appearance of success. It's like these people, which they're part of ESPN or something, just stand next to women and pretend they're shooting at the hoop. And then the sheeps will automatically assume because they're white, they must be good. They don't even pull except to a cab. That's not even a pull. That's white dating coaches. You never see a same day lay from open to sex. That will never happen because they're white, because they're autistic. Most PUA coaches can't take women from open to sex. That's why other pills score slightly higher. When you look at red pill, they score way higher. Purple pill is a little bit higher, and so is black pill. That PUA pill is below red pill, which can boost their score. However, they don't reach the 20 out of 35. For status maxing, you have 4 points you can gain. These guys don't have skills because they're zombies. These other dating coaches, they're just fraudsters. They just pretend that they're good at Daygame and just do optics. The more optics, the more money they make. The purple pill follows, you might get 17.5. Red pill, you might get 19.5. Below 20, it does not get laid. PUA pill is like 16 or 15 something. The solution is elite tonality mastery. The only way to stop bleeding is to fix the bottleneck. Without emotional control, it's impossible to develop the strong social skills, social calibrations, or game. Programs like elite tonality mastery teaches students how to control their emotions and project confidence through their tonality. They can mask zombie traits, improve body language, and reduce women's cortisol. They can speak with conviction and congruence, creating attraction naturally. By fixing emotional control, even a PUA pill following person can start to climb out of their 16.5 points range and get more skills. So the PUA pill mindset is flawed because it overestimates game while neglecting emotional control, social skills, and social calibrations. Even with strong looks and status, a PUA pill follower will fall below the 20-point threshold. Here's the harsh reality. If you're a white person with natural status, that's 10 out of 10. Imagine you're Asian or Indian, you're 1 or 2 out of 10. Your challenges are greater. Without developing critical skills, social calibrations, emotional control, to succeed, you must raise these areas at least 7.5 points. Social skills, social calibrations, emotional control. Combine this with the whitewash husband fashion material, fashion stuff, hairstyle, which enhances your perceived value for looks, money, and status without needing wealth. If you look rich, you don't have to be rich. That's how you get above 20 out of 35. Programs like Elite Tonality Mastery and Elite 30 for body language and social skills flow drill are very important if you want to develop these things, right? And both these programs are included in the Elite Bundle Resurrections, the ultimate solution for those serious about succeeding. Someone upgraded today to the Elite Bundle Resurrections, a Canadian. If a Canadian can afford it, why can't you? Just pay the difference from whatever he got. He got Elite 30 before, so he only has to pay the difference, and everything else will be upgraded. He's going to pay in 3 pieces, which is perfectly fine with me. So a London student already gotten laid thanks to the 5-day challenge. So the last 5-day challenge, why waste time with outdated mindsets and PUA pills? If you're serious about transforming your results, stop relying on flawed ideologies like PUA pill but John, aren't you a PUA pill? No, I'm a natural pill. Perfect social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and game. They don't have the perfect game. They have social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, 7.5 points. They're born with it naturally, so they need less. Game is for zombies who are autistic, who cannot do multiple steps with no memory. Success in Daygame isn't about a numbers game. It's about or relying on optics like the other coaches. It's about mastering skill set and not being a zombie by having a memory. The Jewish white student is a case study. He's half Jewish. So even with some looks, some height, some race, right? Because he looks like white. So he's not totally white looking, but he's like curly haired Jew and stuff like that. But the thing is that from other dating coaches, he took a boot camp. He did not get laid for a day game. He got laid for night game, but not day game. Night game is like 15 out of 35. My Jewish white student went to white boot camp, 15 out of 35. You don't need social skills. You don't need emotional control during a nightclub. So that's why it failed him. Direct compliments don't work for day game anymore. You're giving your intentions too early. The woman is like full of cortisol because of the tariffs, and she's going to judge you based on your physical appearance. And if she doesn't find you attractive enough, even though you're Chad looking, maybe you're not young and looking anymore, you're old, but Chad, she'll reject you on the spot. And this approach also raises women's cortisol levels because it feels uncalibrated and unnatural in day game settings. Number two, number collecting for flakes, right? We got to get some more leads, right? Okay. It's too late. You missed it. You're spending all this money in movies and eating so much Latino food, right? I'm just saying there could be optimizations, but I understand. You want to spend time with your fuck buddy from last year, right? Just something to think about, food for thought. Zombie. Number collecting leads to, I was talking to Marco, collecting numbers without creating emotional investment or a connection or body language or social skills. My students don't get flakes, but when they're leveled up, other students get flakes from other coaches. Outdated mystery method tactics. Mysteries, you need more DHV stories, 10-hour watch time, and scheduled dates. Shut up. They rely on the Asperger syndrome stuff. No focus on core skills. White dating coaches didn't teach them like the critical skills of social skills or social calibrations or emotional control. Without these, he couldn't navigate the dynamic nature of day game. So he succeeded for my coaching for Elite Bundle 2, now called Elite Bundle Resurrections. Everything changed. He went from struggling to day game to becoming one of the most successful students of 2024. He got 20 lays, including 5 in 5 days, and eventually he got into a relationship with a Ukrainian 8 out of 10. He quit the game and he's spending time with her in a courtship. So number one, drills and repetition. He did more drills than any other student in 2024. Marco's a father with his daughter right now. So that's why I said that. I hope you didn't mind me saying that, Marco. But yeah, even a father like him still gets all these lays with my coaching. So he did more drills than any other student in 2024 and also allows him to internalize his skills. He does not have a working memory because he has a traumatic brain injury. He hit his head on a sink, can't remember shit, but because he kept doing the drills, he was able to execute them subconsciously. Body language drills, he mastered the 45-degree body language, reduces the women cortisol and got them wet. Whitewash tonality, he'd been practicing a lot. He was able to get 2 lays in 1 day or 5 lays in 5 days in a row. Social skills flow drill. He learned how to create emotional investment, engagement on the fly, avoiding the zombie flow drill of statements and questions that lead to short answers. He also used the arrow science because he could maneuver, sexualize, and objections looping. I think because he's Jewish or part Jewish, he's smart. He can do the social, he can do the arrow science. If he was all white and he's not in a Latin shithole country, he cannot do like a same day lay. Most white people cannot because of the mystery method. It's a mind virus. He did so many same day lays. And white dating coaches, they never done it before. They only end in a cap. He focused on the core fundamentals of day game, social skills, social calibrations, emotional control, and rejecting outdated methods, no compliments, no mystery method shit. And that's the importance of consistency, right? Instead of short-term intensity, it's long-term consistency. And day game is a skill-based activity. Without consistent practice, even the best students will see their results decline. That's why other coaches fails because they use optics. They stand next to women, and that's all they need these days. You never see them from open to sex for day game. It's just end in the cab, whatever that means. Unless he's fucking in the back of the cab, it doesn't count. Optics might sell boot camps, but they don't produce real results for his students. First principles, right? All these things matter. Night game is 15 out of 35. Tinder is 12 out of 35. Just be white, you get 10 points. 2 points text game, get laid. Easy. Good pictures, right? Looks. Day game requires 20 out of 35. This means you can't rely on looks or status alone. You need skills to bridge the gap. And that's the thing. Even though he was white, tall, decent looking, it wasn't enough boot camp. The hybrid opener and arrow science works. My system of maneuver, sexualized objections looping is superior to outdated methods. Consistency is key. Day game requires ongoing practice. The best students lose their edge if they stop. Success in day game isn't about looks, height, race, or PUA pill. My Jewish white student couldn't succeed until he mastered the social skills, social calibrations, and emotional control. And arrow science, he's like Most of his lays are same-day lays. He never actually learned you can't do that. He didn't read the mystery method or heard of RSD. He only knew how to do same-day lays. Just dropping by. This is a great series. Thank you, and thank you for getting the update to the Elite Bundle Resurrections. I hope you're enjoying the course. Watch it 3 or 4 times in a row for every video. My students are doing that. In case people don't have a good memory, you want to be so good you can teach me what's inside the videos, and don't teach any of your wingmen or other people. But yeah, thank you for getting this. I'm look forward to training you on the second payment for Elite Access. I look forward to seeing your future testimonials. If you're not serious about transforming results, programs like Elite Tonality Mastery or Elite 30, see, even with Elite 30 today, is not enough because your facial expressions might be incongruent. If they're incongruent with the body language, you need to fix facial expressions and congruency with body language to hide and mask cortisol. Bundle resurrection is a solution. In fact, students are already upgrading right now, right? So a Canadian student, as I wrote here, that's him over there. And a London student recently got laid thanks to the 5-day challenge last time. Why waste time struggling with outdated methods, right? When my programs works, because at the end of the day, success in Daygame isn't about playing a numbers game or relying on optics for other coaches. It's about skills that genuinely makes you attractive. So the emotion is actually the bottleneck. We already gone over all the variables, right? Red pill, black pill, PUA pill, purple pill. And there's no score even with a white guy right now during a tariff that will get them laid without being lucky, without the emotions fixed. So first principles, as you realize, there is no numbers game. And the flakiness is just below the 20 out of 35. So looks aren't enough, money isn't enough, all these other stuff not enough. Direct approach fails. Outdated methods don't address the real problem. No workable calculations without emotions. Let's play some testimonials of a Jewish white student. He has 20 lays right now. So we're just gonna randomly watch it, okay? I did not put all the testimonials. I didn't have enough time. I only finished writing this script for today right before I was on here. Just 1 hour I finished it. Then I had to take a shower. Let's see. Thank you for making these. You can see I still have my memory, right? Even though I'm older, I'm still sharp. So I haven't lost my memory yet because I haven't experienced financially or anything like that the loser effect. I haven't lost my mind. I still get things done. I'm gonna randomly pick some testimonials from the Jewish white student. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. Whatever I find, I'm just gonna play. Okay, I don't know what order they are. We're just gonna play a few and then move on. Here's some of them. His fourth lay, his ninth lay. Let's just go. Let's just play the ninth lay. See what he has to say. He has 20 lays.
Today is May 27th. Recording. It's like better. So, once you record this video, now it's the
Third lay in 3 days. He has 5 lays in 5 days. Number 9.
one more video for you to watch, and maybe pull the trigger for yourself and for your life. You're better for sure. So that's all I have to say. Wish you all the best of luck, and especially Dr. John. You're not gonna have that.
That's number 9. Let's look for another one. Okay. I put the number of what lay it was. Oh, here's a black student with 100 lays.
So the last time I made a testimony, talk about how thanks to the journey, I was basically able to have a threesome at the same time. And I want time to give you an update on things. I didn't talk to John for a while because I let those things of the last time get to my head. And I was not being teachable anymore. I was not listening anymore to the things he was saying, he was telling me. So I got kicked out of the program sadly. But recently I came back to give him an update. And in the last 3 months, since the last time I was in the program, I was basically able to get 3 more threesomes. And I had approximately 10 more lays, 3 months. And at the moment, I wanted to point out on the things that really make Johnny different as a coach. Because
I think he's coaching other people now. So I don't endorse him, but my student results and his student results are different. We all are by our own merits. I didn't know he was gonna be a coach, but he's got some students.
have to take tips because it's that type of genius when it comes to
If I wanted him to join my company right now, he'll change his last name to Elite tomorrow and join my company if I wanted to. So he has 100 lays now under my coaching. So he's 6 foot something, black dude, and he's fucked like Ukrainians. He's fucked Russians. And what? Oops. Huh. I didn't let him join the inner circle. Hey, Marco.
at this point.
This testimonial, I didn't even know I had it. So we're playing it. This is the first time anyone's ever heard it before. So he got many threesomes, 4 girlfriends or something, or and a couple like 3 or 4 threesomes, something like who knows? But it's typical, right? A lot of students got even more than threesomes. Even the Chinese guy with 15 lays, he also got a foursome or something. The other white guy got a fivesome. Not Tinder, not seeking arrangements.
5 days of talking to him on the phone every single day, where he can give advice and adjust step by step when it comes to coaching.
I train a lot of people. I train coaches, a short Filipino guy who's 5'4". That's my student using my skills. They took him as a coach thinking it's not their skills, it's my skills. But he's a good student, good social skills. But I still think that's stolen valor. If I didn't teach him, he wouldn't be at that level. I've taught people that are self-proclaimed high leg count coaches, like this guy who's 6'7". I've taught many other people that are coaches. Everyone has to learn from somebody. I learned from my Pakistani mentor.
Make a long lasting change. That's what I wanted to say. Also, besides that, you have so many guys who are going for coaches that are not really of the same stereotype. If you are a short Asian or a black, you have no business learning from a tall white guy, really, because those guys are just basically vibing in, using the value to see what happens. Where with the journalist system, the journalist gaming style, you will have to build the skill. You can't rely on passive value, and you have to know all the subtleties. When to talk to the girl, why are you talking to the girl, when can you escalate, when can you actually pull, and how to overcome obstacles, how to see people, how to sexualize. That's very important. And those are things I learned after more than 18 years in this community. This is the best investment I ever made. So, guys, if you don't take the job, you pretty much be full at spawn because there's no question the best. It's a no-brainer, really. And to me, paying 30 at that price is cheap.
So when he learns skills, look what happens.
It's extremely cheap to have access in any system's brain and his own thinking. This is a genius at this thing. So, guys, if you have the opportunity, go and train with John. This is a no-brainer. It goes beyond the pickup because I was stuck with my family. It was narcissistic, right? My parents are very narcissistic. And I had to basically let John really punch me out of my sleeping state and stress myself up from there and be
Independent. A lot of good things happen in his life because of me. He still wants to learn from me, of course, but I keep saying no because I don't teach coaches anymore. So let's see. Another Jewish white student. Let me just find another testimonial. Where did I leave all of them? Oh, here's Marco's testimonial. Here's the Italian testimonial. I'm just scrolling down. Where did I leave all the testimonials? Okay, so here's the lay picks. Okay, I don't get it. My drive, files, that's the 9th lay. Here's the 4th lay. Where's all the other ones? Here's number 4.
recording. Plus, I had the legs, Sunday legs, right? Her stairwell, both her and the captain stay with her there. Suggested go back to her place. She's up for it. And yeah, we slept together at her place and it was about 10 walk. So all in all, it was less than an hour. And yeah, according to the video, for John, for people watching to maybe get some inspiration. And John's a dedicated coach. He knows the system. He has a system that works. And you put the work in, and you're going to start seeing some results for yourself. And that's really all I got. So 4 days in a row now, they're recording the same message. Go for it, man. Take yourself on and give yourself the gift of working on yourself in a way that's going to give you the things that you want now, today, future.
Oh, I see all the testimonials. I gotta keep scrolling because there's too many fucking lay picks in my Google Drive. It's almost all filled with lay picks from the students, and I can't even post half the stuff on my blog. That if a white guy like this could not do day game from other coaches, then here's more of them. We'll just pick a random one. Number 9. That's like having 5 lays in 5 days. Let's play this one.
Today is 4th.
2024.
Approached her, going for a walk, conversation. That's her place. That's next. Which on now for and this system is not complicated. It requires practice, drills consistently,
Drills,
and you're gonna get results.
skills.
But there we're watching these, and it's hard to believe it's true, or that you can have the same kind of results for yourself if you get deep results. And you just need to stop sitting on the sidelines watching and make the investment in yourself, make the investment towards your goals that really matter to you. Make it a commitment to learn John's program. It's not like you're not going to be putting any work. You're going to have to.
Have you seen the other videos? Like many students have gotten married already. The guy with 15 lays is not about just getting lays. This guy already quit the game. He's with a Ukrainian that's 8 out of 10. He's already quit it because he's with her during the courtship right now. The other guy with 15 lays, a Chinese guy, he's already married an actress. He fucked lays 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses. The Italian guy has a fuck buddy. He quit the game for her. Does that make sense? And the other students, you saw that London guy, right? The guy I showed you testimonials, his girlfriend, they quit the game for it. So they do it all the time. They get girlfriends too. And you saw that black guy with 100 lays, right? That guy has many girlfriends, 4 at the same time. It's not just about lays. You can do anything with my system, even get married and procreate. So let's see.
But you're gonna get out what you put in, and I would just encourage members of people out there. Just John is the best of the best. He's dedicated and wants you to have these results. But you can take the step, the first step, and you step after that. He's gonna be there to support you along the way. But just take that step.
So that's number 7. Remember, these are not been released before. Let's hear number 8. Okay.
Today is May 25th. Recording this video testimonial for John Elite.
May 25th, 2024.
This is the second in the last 2 days. The situation was.
This is the second, like 2 for 2. It's gonna be 5 for 5. Does the system require absolute execution and cheat delay? If you don't level up completely and you try to do it your way, then you're a zombie. Excuse me, real quick, I have a question. I was looking for a place called so I can find it. Oh, by the way, I know something about you. You're talking super fast, you won't get laid. If you don't get the points for social skills, if you don't have a body language down, you forget because you don't drill it down because you're a zombie, you won't get laid. If you have emotional problem talking fast, you won't get laid. No matter how much gaming is not enough. Watch this entire video.
Yesterday, he went for a walk on the beach. Started getting on the beach. Went back to our place, the hostel.
I got some foods, fried chicken. My roommate brought this in for me. I'm gonna eventually eat, but I'm gonna play as many as I can before we go. Just take Elite Bundle Resurrections and upgrade. If you have Elite 30 or Elite Bundle 1, the student's results speaks for themselves. Who has 4 girlfriends and 4 threesomes, 100 lays? Or this guy has 20 lays from last year, and he's already quit the game to be in a courtship with a Ukrainian 8 out of 10, while the Italian, like every single student, like that are good, the superstars, that they already like. There's even other students married too. Actually, I can show you.
And I'm making this video because John is the best out there when it comes to Daygame, and his dedication is unparalleled. This is one more reason for you to get off your.
I have not posted his video testimonials yet because most people will ignore it. They'll just look at me like I'm crazy. But we can play it here. It'll be fine.
So just watching videos online like these, actually take action in your life and go out and start getting results for yourself. And I know there are fears that might be holding you back, like fear that you might fail, the fear that you're not going to be enough, or the fear that you have to deal with rejection. You have to deal with all those things. And the question is it worth it for you to go through that and have results? And you're going to be working with John, who is there every step of the way to give his experience in him and his proven system that you can't fail. You're just going to put in the work and you're going to succeed. So without rambling anymore, I will say, go out, do the thing, John.
Work with me. I'm not a marketer. I'm a dating coach. Marketers are all the other white coaches. I get people laid, and their student results, they can do things other dating coaches cannot do. Same day lay, multiple girlfriends. Some students are married. This is number 8. Let's play number 9.
Today is May 27th, and I'm recording another video.
Yeah, same day lay. This Jewish white guy can do same day lays, right? No other white dating coach can do it. 3rd lay in 3 days. That's 3 for 3.
Just one more video for you to watch and maybe pull the trigger for your life, your better future. Just fucking do it. I don't know what else to say. And wish you all the best of luck, especially if you go with John.
Let's hear what number 10 is. Okay.
Today is May 28th.
This is near the end of the month. He's already getting 1 lay after another. How many lays now?
As I had the lay, Sunday lay, yesterday, Sunday, he worked alone with her there. We dressed it, going back to her place. And she was up for it. Yeah, we slept together at her place, and it's about a 10-minute walk from the deck that we met at. So, all in all, less than an hour. People walking to meeting inspiration because I had sporadic results before about the building, and said it before, I'll say it again.
Yeah, sporadic results was from night game or some Tinder shit, like most, but not day game.
Coach knows the system how it works. With the work in.
The question you're asking is exactly yes, because you have to be changeable. Because this student, he'll fuck up the first 2 practices, and the number 3, he'll do it exactly. He just naturally does that. If you take over 50 times to change, and you don't change because you're a zombie, cortisol destroying your memory, your loser effect, and skinny fat, you should not expect to get laid. But if he can change in 3 attempts, it took a little bit longer later on.
So, days in a row now, they're recording same message.
Number 11, 5th lay.
Today is May 29.
That other one's 28. This is 29th. 5th lay.
That a woman walking cart, exchange info, met for dinner,
No flakes.
and invited her back to my place. Suggested going back to my place. She was up for it. And yeah, took her home. It's 5 days now in a row that I've been recording video testimonials for John. It's not going to be a sixth.
He has to travel somewhere else. He wants to go somewhere and do some activity. 5 lays in 5 days.
The last 5 days, which is that John is dedicated and just get off your ass and do the thing. That's all I got to say. You will.
So that's number 11. Let's see here. Number 15, number 20. Okay, so there's a lot of testimonials here. Let's just pick next one. Germany, like some German chick. Oh, here's the blonde one he's had a courtship with. He's already out of the game.
I'm recording this video testimonial from the next day. We met again. European. 8 out of 10. Very attractive.
She's Ukrainian, 8 out of 10. He's with her right now. They're traveling together. He's quit the game for her. So
As for the possible advent of skeptics out there, recorded video for recording this video. I really want to encourage you to take action because I know what it feels like to think this is not possible. I can't do this. I'm not enough. The reality is you are. And John's going to push you. He's going to help you. He's going to be there for you. You don't even know what's possible for yourself. So just take the step. You don't need to take 10 steps right now. Just take one step. Reach out to John. Set up a call. No obligation. Take a step yourself, like I did.
that's the next one. German woman.
This happened in July 2024. Sure, but her 20s. That's all I have to say.
So here's the original Germany one.
This video testimony was for John Elite. I met the woman in a class she was teaching. After class, we talked and had some snack, some tea, and made plans to meet the following evening and had dinner. After dinner, to my place, and that's what happened. So I recorded a number of these for John, and the message is always the same. And I don't know if anyone watches these or not, to be honest, but if you're someone who does watch.
Actually, they're watching it in the 5-day challenge. I don't even remember all these, but okay, that's great. 20 lays, he could have got more. I would try to push him to 100, but he quit after 20.
I understand it's amazing, but I can't have that. I'm not enough, or this is impossible for me. I just want to encourage you. This is all possible for you.
They are watching it.
It doesn't mean so for but it is very possible. My own experience. I've regret so much, so bad, John. And results that I've had, I would not have been able to believe. Take action. Begins with one step. Right now, trust the process. Trust John. And never making an investment in yourself. All of you listening to these sizes, rules that John gives. And to continue to drill down these 6 living cycles, which you'll learn all about. Coaching.
Drills are very important. My emotions, no, when you ask a question like that, it means you don't know what emotions are. That's called feelings, right? Putting your hand on the stove is feelings. Depression is a feeling. Emotions are like happy, sad, shocked, embarrassed, empathy. There's over 20 or 30 different emotions, but most of you guys don't feel it because you have alexithymia, which is a lack of emotional intelligence or emotional blindness. That's why you asked me.
Take some action.
The facial expressions can access emotions if you're congruent, but that's the only point of reference you have. That's why I call it elite tonality mastery. You don't understand the emotional intelligence that goes beyond that. That's a different level. Okay, that's number 15. Number 17th lay.
I invited her to my conversation. This is another.
I got 8, so it's number 18.
This video testimonial was recorded on January 31st, 2025. I had a sick day, right?
So
Back towards my hotel, and met a woman. She was walking back towards her hotel. Shortly after having a conversation with her on the street, I invited her back to mine, and we talked outside for some time before going back into mine. And what I want to say in this testimonial is, again, to communicate how unique John's coaching is, how much he will transform through his coaching, and to encourage you to take the elite bundle too. And I know that's challenging with inflation and the economy, but now is the time not to be fearful and not to stop your progress or not take action. It's time to double down to set yourself apart from other people. This is how you set yourself apart from other men, by taking the step towards your future that you want, that you desire. So keep going. Go for John. You won't regret it.
he also got 2 lays in 1 day. So that's number 18, number 19 and 20, the last 2. After that, he quit and he told me he wants to be with the Ukrainian. He didn't take the lifetime membership with the inner circle. I told him if he gets married to make another video testimonial.
John Elite. There's February 6th, 2025. I met the woman at a restaurant. She was a waitress there. And to my place. Making another one of these videos for John. Just another voice, another reminder, another encouragement to you who's listening. Take action today. Take action. Don't procrastinate. You won't imagine the life you want to live, who you want to be. You know that John is good for you. It's there, but you're there. You can't imagine now, maybe. Maybe you'll be bundled too. We're showing best program.
Elite Bundle Resurrections now updated. This is the last one I can play with this student. There's many more students. I have endless, right? Like the whole Google Drive is nothing but lay testimonials and lay pics. Like it's so full, right? I'm like 94% full right now. I put another video, I cannot put any more. So number
Testimonial from elite. February 6th.
February 6th, couple months back.
I have one, but two again.
Too late.
Yeah, the second play was the same play. Morning. It's in the guest house, hotel. And there was a woman there. She was with two men. A motorcycle with one of the men. And approached the three of them. And told him, hey, your girlfriend's so beautiful. And he laughed. He said, oh no, this is my brother-in-law. Right, sorry. She gave me her contact. And then later in the evening, she messaged me, said she wanted to meet. So we met. We went to my place. And that's how it went. And again, just another one of these reminders, another one of these voices telling you to take action. They sound unbelievable. 2 ways, 1 day, 2 ways in 1 day. Unbelievable. Strangers in the street. It's all possible. I'm telling you. I'm delivering this message to you. It's all possible for you. You need to take action. You need to code with John. And it won't always be easy. I'm not going to lie. Keep going. You can't imagine what's possible for you. I promise.
2 lays in 1 day. Then he just quits. And that's it. End of his term. He did not renew. Don't get me started with students who are married. I got lots of them. So I gotta get something to eat, but I'll finish this soon. Oh, here's his marriage testimonial. Here's a guy who got married.
Certificates. No, it's not something that comes after your high school and stuff. Or even if there was, it's something that falls to your lap. You have to take active measures to get your problems fixed. You know what? It's not even like things. I really don't mind doing random things like coding things. But like a skill, dating, it's all about tonalities and the vibe that you can convey to the girl. This is so important. It's not about whether you feel confident. It's not about what you think is good. What you think is good means absolutely nothing in regards to you. So what I'm saying is this: you don't know what you're doing. And I mean, it's good for you, like bang your head against the wall and not give up. But if you want results quickly, you got to just learn from John because nobody else was even touching all this stuff. But these guys like Todd, we're a dime a dozen. They all say the same stuff that doesn't work if you are out there hustling in the zone. You know it doesn't work. You need to dress well, have tonality. Everything he says is correct. He follows advice. Happily married. Now I'm on the quest. Just get this aspect taken care of so you can move on to bigger and better things. That's what life is about. Leveling up. He's got to level up. Move on to bigger and better things.
He's not the only student who got married. Many of them got married and procreated. So if that were the case, right, then we broke down every scenario and the conclusion is clear. There's no workable calculations during the 2025 tariff without elite bundle resurrections for elite tonality mastery. There's no other way. You can try to calculate it, but without it, money or status won't save you. Emotional control is the foundation. Slow down your speech and project a calm confidence. Mask anxiety and nervousness and root rotting behavior. Reduces women's cortisol, makes them feel very comfortable around you. And without emotional control, you're stuck in a cycle of rejection, frustration, and wasted efforts. And the only way to master this through elite tonality mastery, included with the elite bundle resurrections. Elite tonality mastery, part of the elite bundle resurrections, is the solution. And it takes you from 2.5 points above when you were minus 2.5 points, giving you a big advantage. If you mix it with social skills and social calibrations, that's 7.5 points. Once you fix your emotional control, the next step is social calibrations. That's where Elite 30 comes in to fix your eye contact, nonverbal communications, 45-degree body language, which reduces cortisol from women instead of squaring off and getting rejected. Social calibrations is 2.5 points. Without it, you'll be stuck. And that's where Elite 30 comes in. In the social skills flow drill, without this, you're going to be robotic. You won't have the social skills flow drill, getting her talking more. And then when she talks more, she'll be funneled and looking at your body language, which gets her wet. It's about creating a natural flow that keeps the conversation alive. If you want to stop the bleeding and fix the emotions, elite tonality mastery is the foundation. It's a 21-day challenge, which is still going to be filmed, but it teaches you how to slow down your speech and eliminate pauses. And you adopt a whitewash tonality that reduces xenophobia and the fear and dislike of other people's culture and women. Once you master emotional control, Elite 30 The social skills flow drill and social calibrations will help you together to build the next piece. And here's the thing though, Elite Bundle Resurrections, stop the bleeding before it's too late. This is your chance to join. This is day 3. After day 5, no more discount. The most comprehensive and proven day game system ever created. Who has students that are married, students that have over 20 lays or 100 lays, getting 4 girlfriends at the same time and 4 threesomes, or they have 4 sums and 5 sums. For today only, you can get it for $935. So that's above the price of the last time, which is $900. I shouldn't even give you at this price. I was gonna go higher, but I decided to show a little bit of mercy. And the price you'll never see again in the future. If I ever do another challenge, it's gonna be above $950 or more. And then it's gonna be 1,000 something. So in the future, the price will go up significantly. It'll be 1,200 after August and 1,400 after November. So if you don't take action now, you're setting yourself up for failure. Summer is here, actually, is May, is the summer. So if you don't start approaching now, you're going to experience more cortisol buildup. That cortisol will create an accumulative effect, leaving you stuck in a downward spiral. The longer you wait, the harder it will be to come back. You rot further and you stop approaching altogether. You'll turn MGTOW. And this is your moment to stop the bleeding and break free from inaction. The most comprehensive system for day game without bootcamp. Elite Bundle Resurrections includes the first principles of day game for social skills, social calibrations, and emotional control. And these are skills unlocked with consistent results, no matter how you look like for your looks, money, or status, as long as you got the skills. Elite Tonality Mastery fixes the emotional bottleneck that holds men back. Learn how to slow down your speech, project confidence, and bypass women's defenses. Without this, you're relying on luck or playing a numbers game. Proven success with 661 laid-in poll testimonials for pickup. Fuck Tinder testimonials. It doesn't count. This isn't just theory. It's a system that has already transformed lives. Students who follow the system see results, including same-day lays, building rotations, finding high-value girlfriends, and even getting married and procreating. Today's price is $935. This is the lowest price for Elite Bundle Resurrections. The price will go up in the future, and I might remove the golden ticket if no one gets it. So if you wait, you'll pay more. What is the golden ticket? If you can't afford the Elite Bundle today, get a $5 golden ticket. I can give you a bonus course, Elite Day Game First Steps booklet, or Elite Focus for Day Gamers, one or the other. But I don't have to give you anything. They're just bonuses. This is not what I'm selling. It's just a way of coupon code to lock in the future discount, because it'll have your name on it, your email for PayPal. It'll have a special code. There's 40 of them and is in gold color. It's like the Willy Wonka, the golden ticket. So when the price is raised to 1,200 or $1,400, you can still get a $200 or $300 discount. And it'll be more affordable. If you don't have the golden ticket, for $5, go to my sales letter, right? Golden ticket. Summer is here. If you don't start now, the cortisol buildup will rot further. The longer you wait, the harder it is to become a good day gamer. If you become a zombie, you'll stop approaching. $935 is temporary. This price is for today and the next 2 days. After day 5, it'll go up and you'll never see this low price again. The future price will be higher. So right now, like I said, it'll rise to 1,200 or 1,400 at November without the golden ticket. I don't care about the golden ticket. I just need to see who raises their hands. No more excuses. No more rotting away. Have some resilience and join. So whenever you invest in the full bundle today, start with a golden ticket. Or you can actually, if you have Elite 30, just pay the difference. This is a solution to getting all these lays for $935. You're getting the most comprehensive system on the market. This price won't last. If you can't afford the full bundle today, get the Elite bundle. It's only $5. So don't wait until the price skyrockets. Click the link in the description, grab something. Now, do you have a favorite student testimonial? I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's too many. So after the same day lay, you see the girl second time. Yeah, exactly. Do you have to do 45? No, you don't. But you probably want to keep a good body language. If you fuck twice or something, if you just finger her, it's like you cross the border and then you have to go back, right? But if you fucked her, you get citizenship. If you fucked her twice. I hope that makes sense. You just have to keep fucking until she becomes a girlfriend. I hope that answers your questions. Whoever did not sign up, let me look at my email. Whoever is dumb enough not to sign up today, you're gonna lose out. Let's see here. I already have a new student today, but I need an army. So right now, I don't see too many people signing up. I don't know what objections you have. You get a discount right now, and it's not gonna go any lower. I don't offer discounts. I never offer discounts in my life, but I wanted to help everyone. So even if you pay in 3 pieces, I'm okay with it. You can do a financing plan. I have nothing else to say. So if you're not convinced after all those testimonials, let me throw another fucking like 20 of them at you, brand new, tomorrow or something. So yeah, I gotta look it over, censor their voices or faces, and then play them. But there's a lot of new ones you've never heard before. So what are you waiting for? Don't be a zombie. The reason why you have money problems is because of ADHD. You don't finish your task, you gaslight yourself, you get the 4 traits of delusions, half-assing it, you become more lazy, you do the wrong decision, it blows up in your face and you quit. Don't be that zombie. Be half human, half zombie, train here. I'm gonna scarf down that fried chicken. I got some Mary Brown's fried chicken. Gonna try that, see if it's any good. That's all I gotta say. See you in the next video, 4 PM or something, or 4:15 on Filipino time, a little bit late. And then I'll see you. I'll write this tonight and tomorrow morning before the next class. Thank you for the questions. Your questions improve the script for today. I like to keep it flexible. I want to adapt to what people are thinking. Get started. It's fucking May, man. It's May. It's time to get your dick wet. I need an army, more testimonials, more good students, testimonials for me, right? 20 lays, 100 other students, married, right? 15 lays, 5 models, 5 white girls, 2 actresses, 10 fuck buddies, London guy, 5 some, 2 models, 1 model girlfriend. See you till next time. Ciao.